Figure I might as well stream while I'm listing all of this stuff. I'm gonna be here for a while. Yeah, I might as well. Figure if I'm gonna be here all night doing this shit, I might as well spark it up. I can't believe how much pink diamonds and galaxy opals are still going for. They still get you a pretty penny or two.
Yeah, they're playing lazy D. Yeah, like that. And one. Hey.
No, Yao Ming is the cheat code. Like I said, I think he's one of the funnest cards you could use this year is that 100 Yao Ming. And the GOAT Yao Ming, that card is gonna cost like 20 mil to get that card. Corey, I'm so jealous that you got that invincible LeBron James, man. I really want that card. I can't wait for him to come down in price. Yeah, I'm gonna be here all fucking night having to list all of this shit out of this 51 pack. But I
At
can't
least
wait to
they
see
added
how
a
much I'm
find
gonna
in the.
make off of this, though. I really can't wait to see how much I'm gonna make off of
That
it.
is interesting. At least they added a find an auction house button. It'd have to be annoying if you had to look up every name.
Ooh, my SGA has an hour and 39 left, and it's up to 450.
He is the goat
Oh,
after all.
and that's what I'm talking about, Corey. When people say what's the difference from the Invincible and the 100s and the Ghosts, I always tell people it's the speed of the card. The Invincibles and the Goats, they move much faster than any numbered card. Yeah, I'm gonna make a fat stack off of this. Oh, you can easily run that card for the rest of the year. You don't even need the GOAT LeBron James. As long as you got that Invincible, they're basically the same card last year. I had both cards. I couldn't tell the difference between both cards. I'm telling you, Corey, last year there wasn't any difference from the Invincible King James or the one or the GOAT King James. They were pretty much the same card. You still got this, Corey. Oh no, it gets you frustrating. Seeing the algorithms and the RNG kick in, that shit gets frustrating as fuck.
Are you on PC or PS5?
Yo, what up, Tran? I'm on the PlayStation 5. You can add me if you want. I'm Indie2k underscore on PlayStation 5. Right now, all I'm doing, Tran, is just listing
Uh,
a bunch of stuff into the auction house and stacking up my MT. I just opened up a 51 pack box, and this is what you do out after you open up a box. You're always stuck with a bunch of stuff to list, and it takes a lot of time to list it. Remember, you just got done popping 51 packs, so this is all I'm pretty much doing for the rest of the night. Nothing too exciting here. Just hanging out, talking 2K, chilling with the homies,
come on, I can't even give me a
trying
like.
to do this shit as quickly as possible. I still have a
Nice.
bunch of event cards to break down, and that's gonna take forever too. I feel like this is all I'm gonna be doing for the next 3 days is just listing a bunch of players, breaking down a bunch of cards, doing the MT method. I'm probably not gonna have much time to play the game in the next 2 to 3 days. You definitely won't see me open up another box until like next Tuesday, because this shit takes way too long to list. But I did get Galaxy Opal Wemby, so that was a huge W. What's up, Paradox? Wait, say that again? Eh, the only player that I think I need to do that with is just Wemby. The rest of the players, I I don't think the auction house is gonna go up much. Yeah, it might be a little bit more, but I don't know. I just don't want to wait anymore. I'm just done playing that whole waiting game. Yeah, I just want to list the cards now and get it over with and just start listing shit. I got so much shit to list, I just can't think like that anymore. It takes so much time to list all of this shit. I really wish I could find somebody to grind out my account sometimes while I was at work or something and do all this shit for me. That's how long it takes and that's how fucking boring it is. Yao's too big and he's too strong. I feel like Yao Ming has a much better player build than Wemby and Chet. He has a way stronger player build than both of those players. I always feel like I'm always overpricing my players, but I'd rather overprice my players than underprice them. The very worst that could happen is if you overprice your player, then it's just gonna sell for what the market determines. Corey, that's because you play so much damn park, you could predict what your opponent is about to do. Some of these Galaxy Opals surprisingly, still hold like pretty good value. Like this card over here, some people are asking like 20,000 MT for him. I'm gonna ask 20,000 MT for him. See what happens. And like I said, if I can't get 20,000 MT for him, I'll just let the market determine what he's worth, what his value is. Okay, so the only player that I'm not gonna list right now is just this Galaxy Opal Wemby. I am gonna wait until the morning time to list them. But all these other players, not too worried about listing them right now. I still think I'm gonna get fair market value for them. And SGA only has about an hour and a half left on him. Okay, let me get back to my collection and see what's left in there to sell. See what else I have left to list. Oh my gosh, as you guys can see, I have like over 200 pages worth of stuff that I have to list. I might just quick sell a lot of this stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. This is a lot to list. And it feels a bit overwhelming and it's like making my anxiety and my OCD act up. I've got 280 pages worth of stuff to list, and every single slot for these badges and takeover boost are completely filled up to the max. And they only hold like 20 cards per slot and they're all maxed out. Yeah. I honestly might have to just quick sell some of this because this can take a lifetime. I can be here until NBA 2K26 listing all of this shit. It's just gonna be a lot to deal with. And I still have a lot of event cards that I need to break down, and that's gonna also take forever. But today I'm just gonna be listing players. That's all I'm gonna do is just list all of the players that I have to list. That's also gonna take forever. But this is how you make millions of MT is by doing shit like this. It's fucking mind numbing. I swear, shit like this can turn you into a fucking living zombie. I can't stand doing it. I don't know how much more of this I could take. But I think this is the last event. This is the last time I do anything like any sort of MT method or event. It's just too much. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to lock that in.
Can't believe I gave him that, bro.
I always lock in my gold cards because it helps you get to that collector's level, but not that they have anything for collector's level this year. But when I reach 700 players locked in, you do get like 10,000 MT. And there's no point in exchanging any of the gold cards. It's not like you can get anything good from the exchange with them. And I am starving. I think I'm about to heat up some Taco Bell. Yeah, I got some Taco Bell in the fridge that I gotta heat up. I really hate doing shit like this. It's shit like this that keeps me away from like playing the actual game. Like I want to play the actual game. I don't want to be sitting here doing the MT method constantly or fucking listing cars into the auction house. I don't know how, but I bought a 51 pack box, but I feel like I'm listing more than 50 players right now. I feel like I'm listing way more than 50 players. I'm gonna have to save a lot of this shit for like tomorrow and like just wake up real early and just start grinding out the game early. Hey Corey, now on top of my wife hating the PlayStation 5, also my son now hates the he doesn't hate the PlayStation 5, he just hates the game. Yeah, now he's like, Dad, I can't stand seeing you on this game anymore. Like, cause I'm constantly fucking on this shit from the minute I wake up to like the minute I go to bed. I'm like constantly grinding it out or fucking listing shit or fucking having to do the MT method. And he's like tired of seeing this shit. He's like, when is this season over? I'm like, it's almost over. He, he doesn't know that yet. He doesn't know that after 2K25 is done, 2K26 is gonna come out afterwards. He 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 fucking absolutely hates this game now and shit. But he's been real busy gaming on Fortnite and busy on Roblox, so that shit keeps him busy. But you know what, Corey? I can't even fucking wrap my mind around that. Like, we go through this whole shit for the whole year to get to the end game. And then end game only lasts one season, and then we gotta start all over again. It's fucking crazy that we have to start all over again in like 3 months. Let me tell you, Corey, next year I'm not gonna really start spending on the game until like fucking Dark Matters or like 100s come out. You know, save yourself some fucking money. Either that or I'm just gonna stack up all of my MT until the 100s come out next season. And guys, I'm sorry to make you guys watch me do this shit, but I've got to do it. I've only got like 2 days to break down those champion event cards, and I also have to break down my summer festival cards, and I also have to list my players into the auction house before the auction house further crashes. So this is all I'm doing tonight. I just don't have time to play any games tonight.
It is.
And
That's
plus, my
beautiful,
team
beautiful.
isn't fully built out yet. It's not fully complete, so I'm not ready to take my team into showdown. They're already talking trash. Okay, I think I'm almost done listing players. And then I gotta start doing the fucking start breaking down the cards. This is just not fun to do. Corey, you never wasted your time doing the MT method, right? It's, it's a, it's a lot of work and it's a huge waste of time.
WSG.
Yo, what up, Jacob? Hey guys, I'm gonna get off from the party chat so I could like because I'm kind of streaming right now, but I'll speak to you guys later. All right, peace, guys. All right, guys. I'm here. And like I said, guys, I've got so much stuff to fucking list into the auction house. When you open up a 51 pack box, it turns out to be a lot of work, a lot more than I anticipated. And I've got players to list. I've got fucking summer festival cards to break down now. I've got champion event cards to break down now. And you've only got 2 more days to break down the champion event cards and the summer festival event cards. I think you got 12 more days, but I just want to get all of this shit out of my collection, and I like to keep my collection like neat and organized. And when I see like a huge mess like this with so much stuff like just all like cluster, it feels like a clusterfuck of shit in there, and like I just want to get it uncluttered. And I've got all sorts of playable sellable players in here now that I got to auction off, and it's just gonna take me some time. But that's all I'm doing today. I'm not really doing anything else, and I want to say I've made at least for sure 2 million, if not 3 million MT off of that 51 pack box that I opened. I didn't think I was gonna make that much MT, but SGA is gonna go for a good amount. I got Galaxy Opal Wemby. He's still going for like 500,000 MT, and almost every card was either a pink diamond, a Galaxy Opal, or a dark matter. So I was able to list a good amount of cards. And that's pretty much all I'm doing tonight. I'm not doing anything too exciting because I'm just kind of worn out from the pack opening. I did end up opening, like 12 boxes altogether, and it just took a lot of time. And now it's taking a lot of time to list this shit. And this is the part of the game that I don't find fun. I'd rather much be playing Showdown or Salary Cap or grinding out some sort of agendas, but I'm not even doing that right now. 2K is just keeping me on the game by just doing this shit. People always ask, how long does the MT method take? The MT method takes forever. It takes an eternity. That's how long the MT method takes to do. It takes so long, I'd rather not do it. The MT method is like serving jail time. That's what it feels like. And it's not fun. Not one bit of it is fun. Listing players into the auction house is not fun. Doing shit in the exchange is not fun. It's like 2K finds a way to keep you on the game, but like in ways that you don't want to be on it. It's just not fair. I like last year's system where when you rip the player was worth a certain amount of MT. It didn't matter how long you took to sell that player. You didn't have to decide, oh, is right now a good time to sell him? Is right now a bad time to sell him? Should I wait until the auction house, picks back up? Whenever last year, if you got a duplicate and that player was worth, a million MT, you just sold it whenever you wanted to. There wasn't like, this whole guessing game behind when to list the player and, when is he going to be worth the most. And this year, it's way too much time having to do shit like this, having to snipe players and get them for a good price. I like it last year when the player market determined the price of the player. It was just one set price. It wasn't this whole guessing game. And this year, it's a lot of fucking guessing. But these are the players I have in my collection. These are the players that I pretty much run with and that I'm gonna hold on to. I'm definitely gonna hold on to this Paulo. This 100 Paulo is gonna have to find some playing time on my team for sure. But I'm just double checking everything, making sure I don't have too much to list or anything else to list. I do have like 288 pages worth of stuff to list, and that's gonna take forever. And I think at this point I'm just gonna have to quick sell a lot of this stuff, or else I can be here every day for like 5 hours a day listing shit, and it still ain't gonna done. It still ain't gonna be done by the time 2K26 comes out. That's how much stuff I've got to list. I think I went a bit overboard with it, to be honest. Like, I made myself a little too hood rich.
You better start buying players.
Oh, Megamind, I've already started buying players. I've got like about, I want to say after I get done selling all of my players, I'm going to have about 6 or 7 mil. Believe me, I'm going to buy GOAT David Robinson. I'm going to be buying the GOAT cards as they drop and as they go down in price. GOAT David Robinson is already pretty affordable. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get him sometime soon. But right now I'm just trying to stack up this MC so I can buy the GOAT players that I want. Like when I'm pretty sure they're gonna drop a GOAT Akeem or an Invincible Akeem, I'm definitely gonna want that player. But I think I'm pretty much done here. I think I pretty much listed everything that I could possibly list. Nope, I'm still finding players to list. That's awesome. Ooh, this Pink Diamond Akeem, do I keep him or do I sell him? I'm gonna say fuck it, sell him. Nowadays, you can't even run the Pink Diamonds in salary cap because it's practically impossible to run the Pink Diamonds in salary cap now because everyone's using the Dark Matter duos in salary cap. I'm talking like full lineups of Dark Matters. It's completely ruined the mode. So you can't even run Pink Diamonds really, unless you're forced to. Yeah, I seen that D-Rob was at 3 mil. I'm hoping that D-Rob is gonna fall to like 2 to 3 mil. And if D-Rob falls at 2 mil, I'm gonna snag him up at 2 mil. I'm not even gonna think twice about it. If he falls, even if he falls to like 2.8, I'm gonna snag him up. I definitely think that GOAT David Robinson is worth 2 million MT easily. That would be ridiculous to say that GOAT David Robinson isn't worth 2 mil. If I see him drop to that kind of price, I'm gonna pick him up. I'm pretty sure he's got to be one of the best cards in the game. It's just that some people don't like his release. I'm okay with this release. I was okay with this Galaxy Opal release. I was okay with the Dark Matter release. I'm perfectly and last year I also ran David Robinson heavily throughout the year. And that's always a card that I lean on is David Robinson and Akeem Olajuwon. I usually run those two cards side by side.
I like Patty Mills.
I love the Patty Mills base. To me, the Patty Mills base with the Oscar Robertson upper, I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of the Tim Duncan release, and I'm pretty sure he's got the Patty Mills with the Oscar. I'm a big fan of the Michael Jordan release. I'm a really big fan of that Patty Mills release. So I don't know why so many people. I know some people don't like it paired up with the Oscar Robertson upper, but I don't mind it. I actually like it a lot. I think Tim Duncan this year, 100 overall Tim Duncan. I know a lot of people say that card doesn't play much defense, but I still say it has the best jumper in the game. That to me is the best release in the game is that Tim Duncan release. To me, it's one of the easiest to time and one of the fastest. It's not too fast, not too slow. I think it's perfect. That's my honest opinion about it. Or else he wouldn't still be in my lineup. Damn, I'm still finding cards to list. This is unreal. I feel like I must be listing like way more than 51 players. I don't know how I've got so many players to list, but I've definitely got more than 51 players in my auction house right now. This is the most amount of players that I've had in my auction house since like season 5, and it feels good to have this many players to cash in on. It just takes a lot of time to get it done. But I'm pretty sure that's pretty much it. I can't remember if I got that many diamond cards. I don't think I got that many diamond cards. I'm pretty sure almost everything in that box was pink diamonds and up. So I gotta say that 51 pack box that we did earlier today, that was a huge W.
Draw bet 800 KW 50 minutes left.
Jay, I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on that. Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate that, Jay, for real. Let's check on the auction house real quick. Actually, guys, oh my god, I got so much stuff to do. So many fucking festival cards that I gotta break down and GOAT event cards that I gotta do. It's unreal. It's kind of scary. Okay, let me check for that GOAT D-Rob real quick, because if I can snag that card really quick, I'm gonna snag it. I got too much stuff in the pending over here. Wow, David Robinson has really come down in price, man. I don't know if it's because people don't like his jump shot, but I mean, people can't be really that upset with his jump shot. I mean, the Dark Matter to me had a really good jump shot. If people want to say was the Dark Matter jump shot consistent, for me it was pretty consistent. I could understand if you want to say the Dark Matter David Robinson shot was inconsistent at times. I do get that, but I was okay with his jump shot. And let's check out the Invincibles real quick.
That's crazy. Has way cheaper on PlayStation. Lol face with tears of joy.
You know what's crazy hard is that I think there's more people ripping packs on PlayStation, and it's just there's so many people ripping packs on the PlayStation end. There's been a lot of GOAT Michael Jordan cards on the auction house. There's been a lot of GOAT David Robinsons. I want to say that the Invincible cards are more rare in the auction house right now than the GOATs are. Sometimes you can go through the whole, auction house looking at through the Invincibles, and there'll be maybe one Shaq, one King James. I want to say the Invincible cards are harder to pull this year than the GOATs are, which is kind of a surprise. There's way more GOATs than there is Invincibles. Like, look, I haven't seen an Invincible King James yet. Where the fuck is Invincible King James? You can't even... Or Invincible Wemby. That's a really difficult card. There's more GOAT Michael Jordans and more GOAT David Robinsons than there is Invincible Wembys and LeBron James put together. There's not one Invincible Wemby on the market right now. It's crazy. This is the first Invincible LeBron James I've seen all night, and he's at 5 million MT. This card has not come down in price. If you're able to get this card for any less than 5 mil, I would recommend for you to get him. He's gonna be just as good as the GOAT King James, if not the same card. But that is the only Invincible King James on the market, it looks like. And there wasn't one single Wemby on the market. Think about this. There's more Michael Jordans and D-Robs than there is an Invincible Wemby. Not one Invincible Wemby on the market. It's because of two reasons. It's A, because Invincible Wemby is that hard to pull. He's that rare and scarce of a card. And B, people are gatekeeping on Wemby. They're holding on to that Wemby card. No one is going to let go of an Invincible Wemby until GOAT Wemby drops. Until then, there's no reason to get rid of your Invincible Wemby. He's always going to be worth 14, 15 million MT. I'm going to also look at the 100s real quick. Not that I really want to spend any of my MT on the 100s nowadays, but if I spot like a really good deal on the 100s, I would pick them up because you can always reflip these cards. Cards that I want to recommend are only the high-end cards, like 100 Shaq is still worth a lot of MT if you could snipe him for a good price. 100 King James, 100 Giannis, 100 Kevin Durant, T-Mac. But don't waste your MT on the shitty 100s. Don't waste your MT anymore on Clyde Drexler, or I wouldn't waste my MT on Sean Marion. Don't waste your MT on De'Aaron Fox. In about a week or two, like most of these 100s, in about a week or two, they're gonna be below 100,000, and they're gonna be buy nows in just like 2 weeks. I just sold LeBron for 1.2. Yo, what up, Glock? Good to see you come through, my dude.
Ball.
If for some reason, if I can never get my hands on that invincible LeBron, or if I can't get my hands on a GOAT LeBron, I am gonna try to get the 100 LeBron pretty soon.
About 40 Legend Opal.
That's one card that's another card that I think is elite. That's one of the few 100s that I think is still elite. Porzingis is still elite. But a card like Anthony Edwards or Kyle Korver or Mitch Richmond, Rashard Lewis, Patrick Ewing, in like less than a week or two from now, they're gonna be all buy nows and they're gonna be below 100,000. So don't spend your MC on them. They're just a waste of MC right now.
I already have Invincible Braun THTSY. I sold 100. I'm almost there to Amy Rep Indie.
Oh my gosh, Clark, how did you get the Invincible King James? I want to hear this. I gotta hear this. Did you pull him or did you buy him? I cannot believe you got Invincible King James. I'm actually pretty jealous right now, my dude. That's a W right there, Glock. Let me see what the chat is saying real quick.
Halfbox pulled M.
Megamind, who did you get? You say you just got the best point guard in the game. Who did you get with 40 legends?
Y'all need to go to bed and let me snipe.
Jacob, there's no way that you're only at Ami rep. I'm almost at Pink Diamond rep. No, I'm not saying that Sean Marion isn't a good card. That Sean Marion card is a really good card. It's just not a card that I want to particularly run with, and I could never get used to that Sean Marion release. It looks so awkward, so funky that I can never get used to that Sean Marion release. To me, that Sean Marion card has always been a hard card to get used to. It's a really hard card to get used to his jumper. That's what I don't like about the Sean Marion card. But everything else about the Sean Marion card is pretty good about him. I just can't get used to his release.
I got 187 wins in
Megamind, this is the first season where I haven't had any time to grind out Showdown. I've only got 15 wins in Showdown. And usually I get to 60 to 80 wins every season, but I haven't had a chance to play any Showdown because I've been so busy completing so many challenges that they've been bombarding us with. It's been a bit overwhelming trying to complete all of these challenges and compete and keep up with them. But I gotta say that you could make a ton of MT by just grinding out the challenges, and I've been making a ton of MT. I still have 5 million MT. I've got 300 pages worth of sneakers to cash in on. I also have about, I don't know how many sellable players in my collection still, and then I've got all of this in the auction house right now. As you can see, I got 100 SGA in the auction house. I've got a ton of other players. I also pulled Galaxy Opal Wemby. And I've got a bunch of stuff to list. And that's all I'm doing today. I'm just listing stuff. Because I just got way too much and I can't just let this stuff hang around. You want to list your players as quickly as possible because the auction house is just dropping on a daily. The auction house is crashing every day now. So, while this market is crashing, you have to list your players as quickly as possible before they drop down in price even more. And I have to admit, I'm pretty fucking tired from doing all of this shit. And but I really don't want to leave any of it for tomorrow. And I'm just gonna get it done today, no matter what.
You trying by my invincible Rudy Gay?
Glock, I don't want to. I would maybe consider picking up KP.
Any recommendations?
But right now, Glock, I'm not trying to pick up any of the 100s. Right now in this season, and then coming in the upcoming next season, they're gonna be giving away a bunch of 100s. So I really don't want to spend any of my MT on the 100s, and I'm trying to save up my MT for any GO cards or invincible cards that I can get. But right now would be the time to definitely list your KP and any other 100s that you have in your collection, because remember, they're giving away a bunch of 100s right now this season. Imagine when next season comes and they're giving out even more 100s. That's gonna make the price of the 100s go down even more in the market. So you got to get rid of any sellable 100s that you have right now. That's what I would recommend. Right now, there's going to be a lot of people that are completing the downtown challenges. There's going to be a lot of people completing that grind for salary cap. There's going to be a lot of people getting those 100 premium packs. And when they bust open those packs and they get a bunch of duplicates, what are they going to do? They're going to sell the sellable version, and that's going to make the auction house come down a lot. So right now, you kind of have to sell your players while you've got them. I don't understand, but this player is worth like 11,000 MT. I don't even get that shit. He's a gold card and he's going for 11,000. Time to sell him.
Does Invincible can play? I heard he's top 3 SF.
Oh, you pulled them out of the Hall of Fame box, you lucky bastard. You know, I was almost going to open up the Hall of Fame box today, but I went with the 51 pack box, Glock, because I felt like there was too much of a risk with the Hall of Fame box. I didn't want to take the chance of getting a bad unsellable 100. And then out of those two dark matter, I think they were like dark 99 plus premium packs, I was scared that I was going to get hit with two dark matters that were unsellable. And so I went with the 51 pack box, even though I saw there was a lot of people having a lot of luck pulling Invincibles out of the Hall of Fame box. I didn't think I was going to have that type of luck. So I went with the 51 pack. And I had a lot of luck with the 51 pack. I pulled a lot of good sellable players. And I want to say off of the box, I was able to make about 2 million MT today. So I was able to make a ton of MT today. Oh my God, you got Invincible Luca? Yo, what's up with William? Did you pull that out of the Hall of Fame box? I want to know. I can't believe so many people pulled Invincibles out of the Hall of Fame box. That makes me want to open up the Hall of Fame box now. I can't open up the Hall of Fame box though right now. My girl would kill me. If anybody wants to make a dono to the channel, I would gladly take one right now. I would really appreciate that. I would open up a Hall of Fame box so damn quick. But I want to say that this year I've had a ton of bad luck with the Hall of Fame box. I've opened at least 10 Hall of Fame boxes, and all they did was spit out a bunch of dark matter duplicates for me. I didn't have any sort of luck this year with the Hall of Fame box. So that's why I went back to the 51 pack box, because I felt like I was going to have better luck with it. The only thing that sucks is after you open up a 51 pack box, you got so much work to do. You got so much, to list into the auction house. It's like a fucking job, man.
Check squad.
And this is what I've been doing all fucking night. Is just listening to this shit.
What is the best price to ball?
Yo, Glock, I'm going to check your team right now, my dude. See how it's looking. Let me just get done with these last few cards. Really, I'm like so fucking dead tired that my fucking eyeballs are hurting from doing this shit. I want to say I've been listing cards into the auction house now for like 2 hours. But it's got to be done. When else am I going to do this shit? And I'm not going to do this shit off stream by myself because that fucking completely sucks. I hate doing this shit off stream by myself. I have no one to chill with and it just gets really boring and I just end up falling asleep in front of the fucking game. And I hate to do this to you guys, make me, you guys watch me do this shit, but I really don't want to do it alone. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me while I'm doing this shit. For real. Because it takes forever. And I hate doing it by myself. There's not enough weed in fucking Orlando for me to do this shit by myself. I would just be falling asleep in front of the TV constantly. I'm going to save Galaxy Opal Wemby for the morning time. I'm going to list them like around, I want to say I'm going to list them around 6 a.m. And I'm going to list them for about 12 hours and see what I can get for him. I might throw a few extra badges, but nothing too crazy. I still can't believe how much some of these pink diamonds and how much some of these galaxy opals are still going for. They've actually like retained some of their value. Not too much value, but enough. Enough that it helps. Like I said, every fucking bit of MT that you can get your hands on really helps out. It really counts for something. Doesn't matter if it's 10,000, 15,000, or 100,000. You just gotta keep stacking it up. And I can't believe we're in season 8 and I'm still over here stacking up MT. You know, I would have thought that by this time I would be done stacking up MT, but that's how overpriced the auction house is. If you want to finish this game off and have some fun with the really elite cards in the game, like the Invincibles and the GOATs, you need a fucking ton of MT to get that shit done. You need to rip a lot of packs. And I want to say that this year I've been a little bit of everything. I'm a little bit of a grinder. I'm a little bit of a pack ripper. You know, I have to work the events. I have to, you know, do the MT method. This year you have to do whatever it takes to make MT. Or else you really can enjoy, you know, the end of this game. You really can enjoy end game with the elite cards. You know, right now it's kind of crazy to say, but like the 100s are like the 4th best cards on the market, you know, and no, actually they're the 3rd best cards in the market. And I really want to end, you know, I want my team to, you know, be a god squad at the end. I want to have a bunch of, you know, Invincibles and a go card. I want to have my centerpiece, Michael Air, Jeffrey Jordan, surrounded by a bunch of Invincibles. You know, that's how I have fun with the game. I came to play my team to finish off the year with the elite cards. I don't want to finish off the year running Galaxy Opals and Dark Matters. That kind of sucks at times. And I'm not saying there aren't still some really good Dark Matters. Dark Matter Taco, Dark Matter Dikembe, Dark Matter Michael Beasley. Those cards still run. But you know, I don't want to be running Dark Matter King James anymore. I want to run the 100, or I want to get that Invincible King James. Glock, you must have been freaking out when you saw that it was Invincible King James. You must have been flipping the fuck out, especially if you were high. I would have been flipping the fuck out if I saw Invincible King James come out of my Hall of Fame box. I would have fucking busted a Stabona and Kareemed in my pants. I was happy just to get Galaxy Opal Wemby today. I got a little too excited to get Galaxy Opal Wemby, if you know what I mean. Okay, I still have a few more cards to list. I'm still kind of pissed off that I had to quick sell like 2 to 3 pink diamonds because I had no space left in the auction house. But it really shouldn't matter too much. Pink diamonds are like, some of them are pricey, some of them are shitty. Don't go for shit. Oh wow, this is a hollow pink diamond. I didn't even notice that. I'm gonna list this one for 10,000. I was in love with this pink diamond Akeem Olajuwon in the beginning of the year. In seasons 1 and 2, this card was very elite. In seasons 1 and 2, this card was a fucking killer out there. His defense was elite. I was in love with this card in seasons 1 and 2. Okay, I'm almost done listing. I'm at 55 cards so far. It's unreal how long it will take you to just list some fucking cards, man. But it's got to be done. And there's only 7 days left in the season. I got to get shit like this done. I got to, you know, break down the event cards. It's not fun, but it's got to be done.
In the 51 packs, you could make a lot of pink diamonds and opals.
You know, and it's crazy when people say that you could only make about 500,000 MT off of a 51 pack box if you're lucky. That's a complete lie. I want to say you could easily make you know, a mil off of a 51 pack box with just a couple of good pulls. You know, it doesn't even need to be the best boxer. You could easily make a mill. Unless you pull Tony Parker as the topper, and then you can't make a mill, that's for sure. If you get Tony Parker or Steve Nash as your topper, you're completely screwed. You're kind of foobarred. But I'm almost done here, and then I'm gonna try to grind out some challenges, I guess, man. But I'm feeling fucking tired as hell. I think I might be up for maybe just another hour or two. And I can't even say that I have the energy to like grind out the game. Like I've been grinding out the game all actually I can't even say that I've been grinding out the game all week or all weekend. I've been grinding out this game since season 7 started. When season 7 started, I had to get to level 40 in 3 days. Ever since then it's been nonstop grinding, man. And with all of these fucking challenges that they've been dropping on us, it's been one thing after another. It's like a full-time fucking job.
What's your squad look like?
My squad is looking like ass hardened. That's why I ripped this Hall of Fame. I mean, this 51 pack box, so I can continue stacking my team up with some good cards. The two best cards on my team is GOAT Michael Jordan at the 2, and I have Yao Ming 100 overall Yao Ming at the 5. I don't have any good point guards. I need a starting point guard, and I need a point guard to come off my bench. I'm really not sure who that point guard is going to be right now, but little by little, I'm trying to start. I'm trying to get a complete starting lineup of GOAT cards with the MT I have left, and hopefully I have enough. But that's my goal, is to try to get a starting lineup of the GOATs. And I want to say I'm not off to a good start because I did overpay for Michael Jordan. I paid 3.9 million MT, and that was way too much for him. I think you can get him now for like 2 mil. And that's why I didn't get David Robinson as soon as he came out. Because look, now you can get David Robinson for like 2 mil. You know, he's not even going for that much. So I'm just gonna hold on to my MT and wait and see if these GOATs come down in price, and then just pick them up little by little. I'm sure by the time season 8 starts, I'll have a pretty decent team. I always usually have a really good team.
And Curry 100 overall. Curry is tough. It's just a user error. I cook with him.
Yo, let me tell you, some people say that 100 Bobo isn't all that. That 100 Bobo is ass. But I know last year 100 Bobo was a big deal, and I know this year the player is kind of a big deal. He is still going for like 1 million MT in the auction house, so he's got to be halfway decent, is what I'm guessing. But I do hear a lot of people complaining about the 100 Bobo. And I always say that I can't run a player like Bobo or Manute Bol or Taco. Running players like that makes me feel like a Bobo. And I just can't do it. I can't run Taco. I can't run Bobo. I can't run Manute Bol. I want to run with classic players. I want to run with Hall of Fame players. I want to run with players that I actually love in real life. Players that had an actual real NBA career. Not fucking Bobo or Taco. I don't even know if Taco's in the motherfucking G League and shit. And much less want to run them in 2K. Okay, guys, I've got a crazy amount of players. I actually have 60 players listed in the auction house right now, and that's the most amount of players I've had in some time. I've got everything from a 100 overall SGA in my auction house to Galaxy Opal Wemby that I'm going to list, and everything in between. I got a few Dark Matters, a bunch of Opals, a ton of Pink Diamonds, and I want to say I'm going to easily make about 2 mil because SGA is already at 422, and the Wemby's worth about 500,000. That's a mil right there, and then I think I'm going to make a mil with everything else in between. But right now, guys, I'm going to make some fucking tacos to eat and give this shit a fucking break. Okay, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Oh, let me see Glock's team real quick before I start making some food.
Check
I want to
squad.
check out his team. Okay, someone named Easy sent me his team, and let's check out Easy's team real quick. Okay, okay, this is just a flex. This dude is running with GOAT Michael Jordan at the point guard position, Kevin Durant at the 2, invincible Kevin Durant, invincible Giannis at the 3, 100 Dirk, and invincible Wemby at the 5. Off the bench, he's got 100 Ben Simmons, invincible Dr. J, invincible PG-13, 100 Timmy, 100 Porzingis, 100 SGA, invincible Kawhi, and invincible 100 Miles Turner coming off the reserves. That is an amazing lineup. That is definitely a God Squad alert, and that team is definitely a flex. Easy, you've got a great team. Let me know if you're still in the chat. Your team is easily a 10 out of 10. That's an amazing team. He's definitely a whale for sure. That was a huge flex right there. And let me check out Glock's team. Okay, Glock is running with a pretty good team himself, not too shabby. He's running with invincible King James at the point, 100 Larry Bird, 100 Kevin Durant, 100 Timmy, and Dark Matter Taco. Great starting lineup, Glock. That's a great starting lineup, and it's an achievable starting lineup. Off the bench, he's got 100 SGA, Dark Matter Cedric Maxwell, Dark Matter Michael Beasley, Dark Matter Kareem. He's got Galaxy Opal Wemby. He's got Dark Matter J Kid, Invincible PG-13, and 100 Willis Reed out of the reserves. The only change I would make is maybe Invincible PG-13 as your shooting guard 2 off the bench and put Cedric Maxwell in the reserves. But that's only because I've become a big fan of that Invincible PG-13 card. And you have 2 million MT, it looks like. I don't know why you don't have your boy. Why don't you have your boy Invincible LaMelo on your team? You've got me so confused by that, because then you can move that 100 SGA into your reserves. You could send Jason Kidd back to your collection, and you could run LaMelo, your boy LaMelo, off the bench for LeBron. I don't know why you don't have that as your PG2. I'm kind of disappointed with that Glock. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of disappointed in you. No, you can get LaMelo for like 2 something, can't you? Let me check on that real quick.
Only one LaMelo.
There's no way that LaMelo is still fetching 3 mil, is he? That's crazy. I thought he was down to like 2 something. Let's see if there's even a LaMelo on the market. I bet you there's not one LaMelo on the market right now. I would rather have that LaMelo than have this Magic Johnson, and that's me being honest. And I love Magic Johnson, but I would rather have that LaMelo if I could afford him. Wow. There's not one LaMelo on the market? Okay, here's one right here. But this card is almost as rare as the Invincible King James. That's a pretty rare card. Yeah, now I can see why he's still 3 mil. Yeah, you're right, Glock. He might be still he's probably still gonna be around 3 mil. Okay, let me see what the chat is saying real quick, guys. I'm running Shea and Curry 100 overall. Curry is tough.
I paid 1.8 for LaMelo.
Yeah, Harden, I want that 100 KP. I feel like the prices on the 100s are going to come down after next season. I feel like in just 2 more weeks, most of the 100s are going to be below a mil. And after cards like KP and Shaq go below a mil, that's when I'm going to, give those cards a try and see if they can run for my team, or see if I can have some fun with them and just try them out for a little bit. But I do want to run with 100 KP. I think that's a really fun card to run with. And his jump shot is excellent. And I also want to run with that Chris Webber eventually.
His jumper is smooth.
Yeah, I like PG. I think PG-13 is a pretty good card. At first I wasn't too crazy about him either, Harden. But after a while he just grew on me. I grew to really like that card, and I like his jumper a lot.
If you
I
want
really
him
don't
to
mind
remember,
PG-13. I really like his
I like
invincible card. And a lot of people say that invincible Kawhi is pretty similar to that card. So that's another card I would recommend because I think both of those cards play a really high level of defense that is really gonna frustrate your opponent. So if you got PG-13 and you actually run them, I would highly suggest like pairing him up with Kawhi Leonard. I think those two cards together, they're gonna just frustrate the shit out of any opponent. They're not gonna be able to score on you. Jay says I paid 1.8 for LaMelo. Wow, you got yourself Jay, I don't know how you do it, but you're one of the best snipers of the year, I want to say. You've gotten some really good snipes this year, and you've been really getting some really good cards at a steal of a price. I don't know how you do it, but you're always pulling off some really good snipes. And I always appreciate whenever you help me out in any way.
I'm at 9 million MT.
I'm at 9 mil. You know, Jay, as you can see, I'm at 5.1 million MT, but I do have GOAT Michael Jordan that I can cash in on any time. I also have like 55 cards, 59 cards in the auction house right now. Actually, I have 60 cards in the auction house right now. And I also have 300 pages worth of stuff to sell. So I want to say with all that said, I could easily be at 7, maybe 7 to 8 mil is what I have. I don't think I'm gonna try to get back up to 10 mil. That's not my goal anymore. My only goal for here on out is just to make enough MT to get 5 GOAT cards in my starting lineup. Once I have 5 GOAT cards in my starting lineup, I can care less about the MT. You know, and I think I'm gonna have
I
enough to do that once I hit like 7 mil or once I hit 8 mil again.
Face with tears of joy.
I'm pretty sure that once I hit 8 million MT, I'm gonna be able to create a starting lineup of all GOAT cards. But guys, I'm gonna get something to eat real quick because I am starving. Like I started opening up packs and then I started listing everything and I completely forgot to like eat dinner. That's how busy I was with the stream, and that's how busy I was with listing cards and trying to break things down. You know what? It is way too late to make tacos. I don't feel like I have the energy to put tacos together. I think I'm just gonna eat a bowl of cereal. But I'm fucking starving and I gotta eat something.
The guy wasn't that
I'm
good
probably
back
gonna
in the
stream for like
day.
another 2 more hours. And like I said, all I'm gonna be doing today is just listing stuff into the auction house. And I'm pretty nervous because I have a bunch of champion event cards, and like I said, I always do the MT method. And you only have 2 days left to break down all of the champion event cards. I'm not too worried about breaking down the summer festival cards because you do have 12 days on that. But for the champion event cards, you only have 2 more days where you could do the MT method. So I got to get started on that. I'm most likely gonna have to do that off stream. All right, guys. I'm just gonna eat a little bit while I'm hanging out with you guys, but I gotta eat something. I'm starving. I'm starting to get like a headache from not eating. All right, time to go over here and start ripping these packs and start breaking all of this shit down. Actually, no, I gotta work on the champions because this ends sooner than that does. I hate how 2K claims that they're gonna give us another 12 days for like the summer festival and for the Champions Festival. Yeah, they give you 12 days to get the stuff from the exchange, but they don't give you 12 more days on the MT method. And let me show you what I'm talking about. When you go over here to the badges and to the takeover boost,
Apart from Jokic and Braun, you can go either way on LaMelo or Luka.
as you can see over here,
5 goat pieces to break down. I'm dreading it. Exploding head.
hold up. As you can see over here, you only have 2 more days to work the MT method. You only have 2 more days to turn your event cards into either the badges or the sneaker and takeover boost. Everything else is around for 12 days, but the MT method is only around for 2 days. They always take the MT method away real early, but they leave all the other shit around for like weeks. And the reason for that is because 2K really doesn't want you working the MT method. So they always make sure to take it away first. Oh my god, look at how many fucking cards I have, man. And this is what I'm basically going to be doing for like the next 2 hours. I have nothing else to do. I've got all of my challenges completed. I don't have time to grind out Showdown. I don't have time for salary cap. I definitely don't have time for the park. I've got to get this shit done within the next 7 days. And it's a lot to get done.
F that now rolling on the floor laughing.
Yo, I appreciate that, Isaiah. I really do, man. I appreciate you, fam. I want to say I've gotten a lot more consistent. It's just that the last 4 days, it was kind of like Father's Day weekend. And I'm always going to choose to do stuff with my family instead of, playing 2K the game. So I did take a break for like the last 4 days, but usually I stream every day now. Almost every day I've been streaming, and I don't make a big deal about it. I'm not here to say, "Oh, look at me, I'm streaming every day," or "Hey, look at me, I'm almost at 2,000 subs." If people want to tune in and you want to build a community, that's great. I would really love to do that, and I love everyone that's in my chats, everyone that's a part of my community, and I'm just glad I got so many good people in the community so far, and I just want to keep building and growing the community together. So I just been trying to stream like pretty much every day. I'm just glad that people have been taking note of it and people appreciate it. And I really appreciate everyone that hangs out with me while I'm streaming. I want to say that 2K25 wasn't as fun as 2K24 was. And one thing that's definitely made this game a lot better for me and a lot more enjoyable is, hanging out with a 2K fam and just streaming the game and either running park with people in the chat or, running against people in the chat in Showdown or just hanging out and talking about 2K. That's what's really made the game a lot better for me and a lot more enjoyable.
There's got enough 2K MyTeam streamers.
Harden, that is so true. And I absolutely hate whenever I go to fucking YouTube and I'm like, oh, let me see who's streaming. And the second you look up NBA 2K25, there'll be a ton of people streaming my career. And they've all got like 100 people watching them. Meanwhile, there's like not one single person giving a fuck about my team. There's not one single person streaming it. There's not one single person streaming it consistently or anything or putting any effort into the game or any like real love and passion for the game. When you do see somebody streaming the game, they're just there complaining about it constantly. And like, that's not what I want to watch you for. I don't want to watch a streamer that's constantly complaining about how much they hate the game. I love the game. I'm having a ton of fun with the game. I'm having fun grinding it out. I'm having fun getting all of the free stuff. I'm having fun ripping packs. I'm actually having fun with Showdown and salary cap. I'm not having so much fun with the park, but that's a different story because the park, does suffer from a lot of bad lag. But I am having fun running park with the homies, and hanging out with them at the park. But to me, 2K25 has been a blast. Is it as much fun as 2K24? No, but for me, 2K24 is my GOAT. That's my favorite 2K of all time. And but I love 25 just as much. Or else I wouldn't be playing it, or else I wouldn't be
I
spending
tried
money on it.
getting him on PS earlier, but he was ending for 3.2. I had to pass.
But I do wish that there was more 2K streamers, people trying to bring the community together, and like give us something to watch.
Clay is nice, but no sizz up.
Yeah, Glock. I want to say, as soon as you have enough MT to get LaMelo, you need to get that LaMelo ball.
For 2.7 and
That LaMelo, that invincible LaMelo, definitely belongs on your team. You're one of those few people that have been like hooting and hollering all year about how good the LaMelo ball cards are, and I'm surprised you don't have that LaMelo on your team. But he is real pricey, but I do think eventually you'll find a way to get him. Okay, I got a little something to eat in me, but I'm still fucking starving. I gotta work this MT method because you don't want to wait until the last minute to do this shit. Because if somebody tells you that the MT method takes 2 hours, that's a fucking lie. The MT method takes 2 hours a day to get done, depending on how much you have to break down. And I just opened up a 51 pack box. I have a ton of stuff to break down. This is gonna take a couple of days, to cash in on. And that's just to break down to pink diamonds, and then from there you gotta exchange it for sneaker and takeover boost. From there, you still have to list those sneakers and those takeover boosts. You have to relist them when they don't sell, and it takes forever to get rid of all of that shit. But part of me thinks that I want to say if I don't have the patience or the will to list all of those things, I want to say that I might quick sell a lot of those sneakers. That's just way too much stuff for me to be listing. That's way too much time and effort to put into the game, and I think I might just cave in and fucking quick sell a lot of those sneakers and a lot of that takeover stuff. It's just way too much to list. I went for the Don Max badges 2.7.
Yeah, I'm like you. I got too much in my auction to do the sneaker method. I quick sell the diamonds.
You know what, Harden? And even if you quick sell all of your sneakers, you're still going to make a lot of MT from just quick selling all of your sneakers, because remember, the diamond sneakers go for 300 each. You sell up, you're going to make a good amount from just quick selling them. But like I said, I've got like 200 pages worth of stuff, and I can't sit here and list 200 pages worth of stuff. It's just way too much. It's actually 300 pages worth of stuff that I've got to list. And that would just take forever. Okay. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my GOAT event cards yet. I'm going to see how many I have at the end, I guess. Oh, wait. How many? That's a good question. Hold up, guys.
I'm talking about the diamond event cards.
No, I was thinking about maybe taking those GOAT cards and maybe exchanging it for the 100 pack in the exchange, but there's no reason to do that, because if you just break down all of your GOAT cards and you do the MT method, you could pretty much buy whatever 100 you want out of the auction house right now, because they've come down in price, And if you do the MC method and you make like 450,000 MC really quickly, you could pretty much buy whatever 100 you want. So I'm just gonna stick to doing the MC method. But this is the last time I'm gonna do the MC method, and this is gonna be the last season where I grind out so many events. For the remaining 2 seasons that we have left, I want to do nothing but play Showdown and Salary Cap and a little bit of Park, because I really miss hanging out with the homies. But next season, for these last 2 seasons, I'm not going to sit out there and just constantly be grinding out the events for no reason. That's just taking up too much time and effort and energy. It's the summertime. I want to get out there and fucking do some stuff during the summer. I want to touch some grass. And when you're constantly grinding out these challenges, it's like a part-time job. You're constantly grinding out the game. You're there for like 20 to 40 hours a week just completing challenges. And playing against the computer is not fun. The MT method is not fun. And those are aspects of the game that's making the game non-fun. Unfortunately, you have to do those things to stack up MT just so you can buy the players that you actually want. If not, you can't buy anything. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. Oh, you quick sell the diamond cards? Harden, I don't do that method because when you quick sell the diamond cards, you do the when you break down a goat card to its lowest form and you just quick sell the diamond cards, you're gonna make 150,000 MT per goat card, and you could make way more MT by just doing the sneaker and takeover boost method or by doing the badge method. When you just quick sell the diamond cards, you're only making 150,000 per goat card, and you could make way more than that. You could make anywhere from like 500,000 to $1 million off of a goat card if you break it down and then you sell everything into the auction house. But if you just break that goat card down to diamonds and then you just quick sell the diamond cards, you only make like 150,000 off of each goat card. So that's why I don't do that. It is the quickest way to make MT off of the goat cards with the event cards, but I feel like that's also the least amount of MT you're gonna make. That's the bare minimum. So that's why I don't do that method. Hold on, guys. I gotta put up a thumbnail real quick. I forgot to put up a thumbnail. That's what happens when you don't eat good. You just can't
I
focus and
just feel
think,
like going back
concentrate
in
and
the
shit. Like I'm
exchange. I
starving
break
right
down
now.
everything at once and sell it through the quick menu. It's less but faster to me.
Oh my gosh. 1 second, guys. It's crazy. My last stream from 3 hours ago got 355 views and it's still going up. I'm pretty happy about that last live stream, that pack opening. And tomorrow I'm gonna be dropping a bunch of videos. I gotta break that live stream down to like a bunch of videos. Hold on, guys. Okay, I guess I'll do the thumbnail later on. Harden says, I just don't like going back in the exchange and break down everything once. Oh, you're so right about that, Harden. The diamond method is so much more convenient and quicker. Trust me when I say I also hate going back and forth from the pack market to the exchange, back to the pack market, back to the exchange. Loading everything up into the sneaker and takeover boost packs, popping those open. The whole process is tedious. You're completely right about that. I'm not going to argue that. It's just that you make more MT doing it this way. And I'd rather make the MT and I'd rather put in the time and the work for it. Even though it is a very lengthy process. And then when shit like this happens, you have to kind of redo everything and when you open up too many packs. But yeah, that's all I'm doing today because I have no energy to be grinding out the game anymore. I just completed every single challenge in season 7. Everything's completed and done, and the only thing I have left is to work the MT method. And that's what I'm gonna be doing. So this way I don't miss out on any MT, and this way I'm not stuck with a bunch of event cards that I didn't get to cash in on. That is absolutely the worst feeling after you get done grinding this game out, and then you have event cards that you didn't get to cash in on. So you have to get it done. And I feel like this is the best way to make the most MT. So I just want to say thanks to I think there's 13, 15 people over here hanging out. I really just want to say thanks to all the people that are hanging out with me and watching me do this BS because I really don't want to be here doing this alone. And I really appreciate your company. And that's coming from the bottom of my heart. Because when I'm doing shit like this by myself, I'm either falling asleep in front of the TV or I'm just munching out the whole fucking night. Because sometimes I just don't lack the focus. I lack the focus to want to sit through this shit. But I'll be real happy once it's done, and I'll be real happy with all the MT that I collect off of this.
I don't blame you. Appreciate it, bro. I'm hoping off. I just subscribed. I thought I already was. Keep up the grind, bro. Thumbs up.
Yo, Harden, I really appreciate that, my dude, for sure. And take care and have a good night, my dude. And I'll see you around. But I really appreciate you hanging out, and really appreciate the sub. Appreciate the love, fam. Take care, man. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm still new to YouTube, but to this day, it still catches me off guard. When people are like, "Hey, I just subbed up," or "Hey, I love your channel," or "Hey, it really catches me off guard when someone shows me some love, and I really do appreciate. I appreciate all the love and the support, and to this day, it still catches me off guard. When there's so many people that want to show some love and support, and so many people that come through the channel and hang out with me throughout the night, and I really appreciate shit like that. I can't even put into words how much I appreciate shit like that. I really do. So don't think it goes unnoticed. Sometimes I feel like telling a lot of streamers out there, a lot of content creators, look, you're not shit without the people in your chat. You're not shit without the people that sub up to your channel. So you always got to be thankful and grateful to the people that sub up and to the people that hang out while you're streaming. I really do appreciate the people I have in my chat. Okay. Now, and since I've got so much stuff in my collection, I'm pretty sure every single slot for the takeover boost is maxed out. You could only hold 20 cards in each stack of takeover boost. So every single stack is filled to the rim. So I'm gonna just have to quick sell a lot of stuff, unfortunately. Actually, let me see how much of it I can send to my auction house. Okay, that's cool. I was able to send a lot of it to the auction house. I didn't have to quick sell any of that. This is also like another quick way of doing this. Is like you want to overload your diamond cards, and then it's gonna take you to this screen where you could just easily put your overloaded diamond cards into the pink diamond packs. It's just a quicker way of doing it. I just found your channel, but I'm gonna say your humbleness will take you places. God bless, man. Yo, Jermaine, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate that, dude. And God bless you. I always say to anyone that's gonna say God bless you, always make sure you say God bless you to them back, because I just think something like that is important. Not enough people say that to each other nowadays. You know, I feel like everyone's always too politically correct and too afraid to say God bless you. When I think that's the best thing you could say to a person. You know, and if you feel like you want to disagree on that, then you most likely don't belong in this chat. But if someone's gonna bless you up, you always gotta say, you should always say that back to them. Okay. And like I said, I've gotten kind of used to doing the MT method because I've been doing the MT method now since like season 4. And I guess I'm kind of used to it, but I want to say that this is not something for the faint of heart. This is not something that everyone should be doing or everyone wants to do, because it takes a lot of fucking work, and it is mind numbing. I always tell people that this will turn you into a fucking living zombie, because it is that much not mind numbing work, and it is not fun. There's not one thing fun about it. The only thing fun about it is I get to hang out with you guys. That's the only thing fun about it. Besides that, it is not fun. And it always feels like the cards are never ending. There's always more and more cards to break down, like you're never fucking done. Like right now, I didn't even know I had these dark matters to break down, and I've got a bunch of them to break down. A bunch of 100s. I had a bunch of 100 cards to break down that I didn't even know of. I thought I was done for a second. Let me just double check everything real quick. See, look how much shit there is to break down. For real, Jermaine. Amen. And God bless you, my dude. I always say that's probably the most important thing you could teach people in the world.
It's not for everyone doing that. Props that you are patient enough to do it.
Oh my God, Jermaine. It takes a lot of work, and I want to say the only thing that gets me through the badge method and through the the sneaker and the takeover boost method is just hanging out with the people in the chat and talking to you guys. If I didn't have you guys to hang out with, I wouldn't be able to do this by myself. I think I would have probably have stopped doing this. I would have probably done it a couple of times, but not as often as I've been doing it. And like I said, I've been doing this since season 4. But the only reason why I'm able to get through this is just because of you guys, or else I wouldn't be able to get through this. That's why I didn't do it in seasons 1, 2, and 3. I just thought it was too boring to fucking do. I thought it was too much work, too much time. And it does take a lot of time. Like I said, right now, tonight, I've already been doing this for about 3 to 4 hours tonight. I'm not even halfway done. So, this isn't for everyone. But if you want to make MT, this is pretty much the only way to do it. Okay. I want to say I'm almost done with all of the champion cards, but then I do have a ton of Summer Festival cards, and then I also have a few GOAT cards that I have to break down. So it's just gonna take me a while. Oh, scary. It is scary how long this takes, and it's scary that 2K would put you through this shit. Like, this cannot be good for your mental health to sit here and do this for 4 hours a day, you know, and I don't recommend for anyone to have to sit here and do this shit. And like I said, I always do this when I get off of work. I'm here for like at least 2 hours a day doing this. But I used to be here for like 4 to 5 hours a day doing this shit, and then I just gave up on it. I'm like, okay, I've got 10 million MT. I don't have to do this anymore. But this is the reason, and this is pretty much how I was able to get to 10 mil. Oh, let me tell you, once I have like, I'm pretty much once I'm able to confirm that I'm back up to like 8 million MT, believe me, I'm not going to do this fucking MT method ever again. You will not see me working the events or completing those events. I'm just going to enjoy the remaining 2 seasons. I just want to fucking enjoy Showdown, and I just want to enjoy Salary Cap. Thanks, Jermaine. I appreciate that. You know, it's crazy, Jermaine. Like, when I first started streaming and when I first started playing this game, I was only known as a pack ripper. And everyone was like, oh, Indie, you're not a grinder. And then I started grinding out all of these events and completing all of the challenges and the events. And everyone was like, wow, Indie's a really big grinder. He's just as... I want to say the only people that grind out the game this much is Carlo from Twitch and Decentric. Those are the only 2 people I see grinding out the game this much. And then people were like, well, are you any good in Showdown? And then I always reach like 60 to 80 wins in Showdown. So I do a little bit of everything in this game. I want to say I'm a grinder, I'm a pack opener. You know, I'm a pretty elite player in Showdown. But I do suck at the park. But I try to be like an all-around, you know, good player in this game. Because the game does bring me a lot of fun, a lot of joy. You know, this game is my daily grinder, and I want to say that this game for me is like a way to get away from the stress of life, you know. It's a way to have fun. It's probably the best hobby you can have. Yo, what's good, Gabe? Yo, long time no see, Gabe. Where the fuck have you been, Gabe? I haven't seen you around in forever.
No disrespect, but Centric is no grinder. I give it to you on Carlo. Nah, but you are on your own vibe. Keep it up.
No disrespect, but Decentric, there's no grinder. I give it to you on Carlo. Yo, Jermaine, hold on. I'm gonna take the time out to say to Jermaine on the real how much I appreciate your kind words and how much I appreciate the love and the support, fam. I really do appreciate those kind words, and that goes a really long way for me. And it makes a big deal for me. To me, it's a really big deal, and it's what keeps me going. It's what motivates me, and I really do appreciate those kind words. And much love, fam. I really do appreciate it. I just want to say thank you from like the bottom of my heart for those kind words. I really do appreciate that. And I try my best.
Been chilling, brah. Hope you doing good. Did you get that 100 overall pack from doing Tuesday challenges?
Gabe, I did get that pack, and out of that pack came out, I'm trying to remember, who did I get? I popped open the 100 pack, and it was... Can't remember who the fuck... Oh, Gabe, I got 100 overall Paulo Banchero,
Indie the GOAT Jermaine.
the Italian King James is what they call him. And so I was real happy with that pull. It could have been a little bit better. I would have rather had like Shaq or Porzingis or like LeBron.
Mad decent pull.
I would have been really happy with one of those players, but I got 100 Paulo, and I was pretty happy with that. It could have been a lot worse. Who did you get, Gabe? Yeah, it's a decent pull. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but he's definitely runnable. I'm probably gonna use 100 Paulo off the bench or out of my reserves, but he definitely makes the lineup. He's got a really good big player build, and I like Paulo. I liked his diamond card a lot, and I'm probably gonna use his 100 card. I could see myself running that card for a little bit. Yo, Jermaine, Gabe, I appreciate that too, man. I really appreciate all the love, guys. Like, for real, when you guys say shit like that, I don't even know what to say, but thank you from like the bottom of my heart, for real. I'm trying to be the GOAT for you guys. That's why I'm always here grinding out the game. That's why I'm always here streaming the game. Not only do I enjoy your guys' company, but I'm trying to give you guys a place to hang out. I know there's a lot of night owls grinding out the game. I'm trying to give you guys a place to chill. I'm trying to, and I'm trying to chill with you guys. And, you guys are my homies. You guys are my night owls. And if I could provide a place for you a stream where you guys can chill, believe me, I'm going to do it for the 2K community. I'm going to do it for my 2K fam. Just so we can have a place to chill and hang out and talk about the one thing that we love to talk about. We love to talk about 2K. And I'm always going to provide a place where we could all hang out and do that. Oh, Gabe, over here, it is 4:50. It is super late over here. I've been up all night doing this shit. But the good thing is that it's the summertime and my little boy is off from school, so I don't have to take him to school every day at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I can kind of just stay up the whole night and grind out the game and have fun. I don't have to worry about going to sleep early and having to wake up early and take him to school. So I'm really glad I have this kind of this little summer break where I could just enjoy spending a lot of time and grinding out the game. And I just want to say, as long as you're not quick selling the satellite takeover boost and the chef takeover boost, you can pretty much get away with quick selling a lot of this stuff. If your auction house is filled up and your collection is filled up, you can just quick sell some of this stuff as long as you're not quick selling satellite and chef, because those two takeover boosts go for about 8,000 each. Anything else you could pretty much quick sell if you don't have the time or if you don't have the space to list them.
Rolling on the floor, laughing. I gotta go to work in a couple of hours.
This game has got me out of bed trying to get LaMelo at 2 a.m. I gotta go to work in a couple of hours. Jermaine, let me tell you, you're not the only person that does that. It's so funny because up until about a week ago, I thought I was the only person crazy enough to set the alarm on their cell phone so they could wake up and see if they can cash in on an auction or a snipe or something. But then I found out that my boy Chilango2k, he's got his alarm going off throughout the whole fucking night so he can wake up out of a dead sleep and check the 2K mobile app and, try to either snipe something or get something for a really good deal or try to get a card or player that he wants at a really good price. But he's up throughout the whole night, just waking up constantly, just checking in on the auction house. And I thought I was the only person setting an alarm for the auction house, but apparently everyone does it. See, right here, I got satellite. Let's see if I could. Okay, good thing I was able to send that one to my auction house. That's the only one that I had to worry about because, like I said, satellite by itself is worth 8,000 MT.
I'm having so fun with Yao.
Oh, I bet you are, Paradox. And the cool thing is, Paradox, is that he's sellable. So you got a sellable Yao that's worth 4.5 million MT. And if you badge that Yao out, if you give that Yao any legends, you can maybe push them up to 5. But I think right now the average asking price for Yao is about 4.5 mil. So you did really well for yourself. You did really good for yourself.
Hey, that man is on a different level, rolling on the floor laughing. I got that Luka and am pretty happy on how I got him. That LaMelo was not it for 3.2 mil. Ick.
Oh my God. Jermaine says, "Hey yo, that man is on a different
I
level."
pulled a
I got that
cyber M2
Luca,
earlier
and I'm
today
pretty
and got
happy
down. I
on
almost
how I
lost it.
got him. That LaMelo was 3.2 million, and he was not. LaMelo was not for.
Take over and choose for MT.
You know what? That LaMelo is pretty expensive, and I want to say LaMelo Ball isn't for everyone. The people that really like LaMelo this year really cook with them.
For the community
But
as
I
well.
really didn't fuck with LaMelo this year. But my boy Glock, for example, he was fucking with LaMelo since like the Pink Diamond Mello. And if you're one of those people that was able to shoot really good with LaMelo, you can cook with that card. But for me, I like a point guard that is more of a slasher to the rim and more of a defender. But LaMelo's got really good height on him too, which helps him out on defense. But some people love that LaMelo card. He's just not a player that I'm too like that I would want to run with. There's other players that I would rather run with, like Penny Hardaway or something like that. When it comes to 2K25 my team, I like playing with I like running with players on my team, players that I'm fond of, players that I grew up watching, players that I feel nostalgic about, players that I like seeing on my big screen TV. So most of the time I choose players from like, the years past, from when I grew up. I like, running Michael Jordan on my team. I love running Penny Hardaway on my team. I love running Shaq and Hakeem and David Robinson. So I kind of like those players from, the older generation.
LaMelo PD, LaMelo DM and LaMelo Invis Fire Fire.
Yo, what's good, Sin? Good to see you around, my dude. Yo, what's up, Ref? You see, me and Ref, we got the same sleep schedule. Ref's another huge night owl. But Ref is most likely getting ready for work at this point. I'm sure he's not on the sticks. Ref, what you doing up so late or so early? Getting ready for work? Sin, I do the takeover and the shoes for MT. I don't do the badges because at this point, most of the cards that people have, or like most of the cards that people are running, already come with the Hall of Fame badges. They already come with a good amount of legends. So I don't do the badge method. I trade in my event cards for sneakers and takeover boosts, and then I list that into the auction house, and I usually make, like I said, a couple of million MT by doing that. I make a really good amount of MT by doing that.
And Indie and send you
It's
my team
how I got to 11. The most MT I've ever had at one point was I think 11.7 or 11.9. It was pretty much 12 mil, but that's pretty much from working all of the events and by doing this MT method that I'm doing. Because believe me, if I didn't think this method was worth it, I wouldn't be wasting my time doing this shit. Because this takes a lot of time. So much time that I wouldn't recommend doing this. Unless you really need the MT and unless you really want the MT. Yeah, Paradox, send me your team. I want to see what it looks like for sure, man. But I already know your team is going to be looking pretty good now that you have Yao Ming on your team. That Yao Ming card, let me tell you, you could have the worst lineup, but if you put that Yao Ming card as your starting center, it improves any lineup. That's how good that card is. That Yao Ming card is not only one of the best cards of the year, to me is the funnest card that you could run this year. is 100 Yao and Invincible Wemby. And I think 100 Yao is even more fun because he's 7'7". And I just think that card is so much fun to play with. The amount of shots that you're going to be blocking when you have 100 Yao Ming in your starting lineup is unreal. There's been times where I'm running Yao Ming and you could easily block like 3 or 4 shots in a row in just one possession. And there's been plenty of times where I've gotten like 3, 4 rebounds in a row with I'm talking about offensive rebounds that led to second chance shots. Yao Ming is gonna do that for you all night. He's gonna get you a bunch of second chance opportunities because he's just gonna eat up the rebounds. He's 7'7". He's gonna be able to out rebound everyone on the opposing team. If the opposing team doesn't have like Yao Ming or Wemby or Dikembe Mutombo, trust me, you're gonna out rebound them easily and get your team a whole bunch of second chance points. And shit like that makes getting wins in showdown that much easier. And I always say you have to go after players that are gonna make getting W's in showdown easier. If those players can get you W's in showdown easier, those are the players you want to go after. Especially since I don't play that much park, those are the players I always go after. Players that can get me easy wins in showdown. Okay, guys. I still have a bunch of cards to break down. Oh, I hate when this happens. Okay, hold on. This may not be a bad thing. Okay, like I said earlier, flood your cards with the Galaxy Opals because then it takes you to this screen and then it makes it a lot easier to break down your Galaxy Opals to pink diamonds because then you can just come over here and just exchange them for pink diamonds automatically. And let me tell you, if you don't think having 300 pages worth of sneakers and takeover boost doesn't equal a lot of MT, you're bugging. It equals millions of MT. And trust me when I say that because I've been doing this since season 4. And that's how I got to 12 mil at one point. Let me tell you, as far as it goes with the next event, I don't know if I'm gonna grind out every single challenge in the next event, or if I'm gonna want to do the MT method for the next event. But I want to say for the next event, I'm gonna take it real easy and I'm gonna take it lightly, and I'm not gonna grind it out as heavily as I've been doing. It's just been too much, and like I said, it's season 8. I want to just really enjoy Showdown and Salary Cap and enjoy the park for the remainder of the game. But what I really can't wait to see is next season. I think level 40 is gonna be a go card. I think level 37 is gonna be an invincible. I think there's gonna be a bunch of 100 option packs next season for the Hall of Fame pass. And I think next season they're also gonna give us a Tuesday grind for an invincible, and they're also gonna give us an invincible out of salary cap if you grind all 3 seasons. I'm positive that's gonna happen next season. So I'm really looking forward to next season. I'll be so glad when I'm fucking done with this, guys. I can't even explain how fucking glad I'll be done with this. My eyeballs like hurt right now. Like I'm gonna take a break again and just go smoke because like I'm so fucking tired from this. That's the only thing that's good about opening up the Hall of Fame box is once you're done opening it, you're done. You don't have to do all of this nonsense afterwards. When you open up the 51 pack box, you have so much to do afterwards. But I just want to break down the champion cards because you have 12 days to break down the summer festival cards. I want to break these down really quick because you only have 2 days. And tomorrow, the only thing I'm going to be grinding is salary cap because I still have to get to 2,500 points so I can get that second 100 pack. And that would be huge to get another free 100 from this company. I know, Jermaine, and that's what I hate, Jermaine, is that, the end of the year comes and you finally stacked up enough MT. You finally made the right deals. You were finally able to pull the cards that you wanted or get them out of the auction house. And the second you're able to assemble a team that you're proud of, a team that you're real happy to run with, a team that you would easily want to run like 3 seasons with. The game is now coming to an end and it's time to move on to 2K26 and start all over again. And I fucking hate that the second you have your team assembled, the team that you really like, the team that you're happy with, that you really want to run with, it's time to start all over and move on to the next game. And I think that part of the game sucks ass. And I wish there was a way to change that. And I feel like when it comes to NBA2k, it's a basketball game, so there's not much of a change from year to year. It should be like something like Fortnite, where you just pay to like be a subscriber of that game, and you're able to just continue building up your team, and you're able to run with your team for a lot longer. I don't think we should have to start all over every single year and start with the diamond cards again, and all of that shit gets frustrating. So I really wish there was a way to kind of carry over your MT or carry over the players that you really like, or maybe renew them in 2K26. We shouldn't always have to start all over from the beginning again. And it's just a way for 2K to get money out of you. It's a huge scam. But again, guys, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and kind of putting up with me doing this shit. Like I said, I got all the challenges completed. I got nothing else left to do. And I got to get this done. And I really appreciate you guys keeping me company while I do this. And rocking out with me and just giving me something to do, people to chill with and, do the one thing that I love to do the most, which is talk about 2K all day, every day. That's why I'm Indie2k all day, because I really am all about this game all day. I've been grinding out this game today since I woke up at 12 in the afternoon, and here I am at 6 o'clock in the morning, still doing shit with this fucking game. Streaming this shit all day. So I really do appreciate you guys rocking out with me. All right, let me take a look at Paradox's team real quick, because he's been asking me to take a look, and Paradox is my boy, and I'm going to take a look at his team real quick. Okay, so Paradox. First of all, Paradox has got a beautiful team. Great starting lineup. Amazing starting lineup. He's done some great work with this team. He's got 100 SGA starting. He's got Dark Matter Cedric Maxwell at the 2. He's got 100 overall King James at the 3. He's got the Dikembe Mutombo at the 4. He's got Yao Ming at the 5. Oh my God. Talk about twin towers. He's running the Dikembe Mutombo with Yao Ming. Those are some huge twin towers right there. Off the bench, he's got Dark Matter Josh Giddey. He's got Invincible PG-13 as the shooting guard. He's got Jermaine O'Neal at the 3. That's a 6'10" small forward. That was a great choice to run at your 3. That was a really good choice to run Jermaine O'Neal at the 3. He's also got Timmy at the 4. He's got Dark Matter, the new Dark Matter, 7'4" Rick Smith at the 5 position, coming off his bench for Yao Ming. When I say that I'm scared to go up against this team, I don't want no smoke from this team. This has got to be one of the tallest lineups I've seen all year. He's got the Dikembe, Yao, and Rick Smith all on one team. That's an amazing lineup. In his reserves, he's got a bunch of gold cards. He's got Tyrone Lue, Bobby Portis Jr., and Dan Dick out. His reserves really don't matter. The only thing I would do if I was you, Paradox, is I would try to make this team even a little bit more bigger. So maybe if you can get a bigger power forward coming off the bench instead of Timmy D, I would put Timmy D into the reserves. Another player that I want to recommend for you, Paradox, to keep this lineup really big is go get yourself Dark Matter Giannis. You could probably get a Dark Matter Giannis right now with 40 legends on them, like all badged out with about 300,000 MT. And you'll have the only other Giannis that could run the three. The 100 Giannis doesn't run the three. So I would get the Dark Matter Giannis and stick that in my reserves and just make your lineup even that much more taller. Like I said, you're starting 100 King James, a badged out Giannis with 40 legends. That's going to be just as good as a 100 King James and taller. So I would just keep him there as backup. And that's the only thing I recommend doing is trying to get a bigger four for Timmy and put Timmy in the reserves and get Dark Matter Giannis and put him in your reserves. And you'll have the ultimate tallest lineup out there. That's a great lineup. And it looks like you spent your MC very wisely on that lineup. So that lineup is definitely a W. I want to say I would give that lineup a good 9.0. I would say it's a good 9 on if I had to rate it. But W Team Paradox, and I can't wait to play you, Paradox. Believe me, come season 8, me and you are gonna be playing pretty much. We're gonna be playing each other at least once a day. I want to say, it's just I gotta get my team right. I gotta get my team ready, and my team is nowhere near being complete. But yeah, I hope I'm almost done with this MT method because I'm getting pretty fucking tired of it. And again, I'm still really hungry. I'm going to try to put something into that oven. I'm like the absolute worst cook. I don't know how to cook anything. I cannot even make a grilled cheese sandwich. That's how bad of a cook I am. Most of the time, I end up just starving until my girl wakes up and then she'll cook me something. But I'm to the point where I'm getting like a headache from doing all of this shit. And then earlier today, I was drinking some wine on an empty stomach, and I think that also gave me a headache. But I got to get some food in me eventually. Okay, I think the only cards I have left is the nope, I still have some Galaxy Opals to break down. Paradox, you sent me your team again. I just took a look at it, Paradox. Guys, if everyone could like up the stream, I would really appreciate that. I am the only person streaming this game between these late hours. I want to call them the witching hours, but I really like streaming during this time because I feel like it gives the 2K community a place to hang out during these late night hours. You know, we're a bunch of night owls. We're constantly up grinding the game, and I feel like if I could stream between 12 and like 6 a.m. and give us a place to chill, you know, that's a W right there. So if you guys can like up the stream, I would really appreciate the love back because I do this for you guys. And like I said, I could talk about 2K all day, and I don't have anyone else to talk about 2K with. I have one best friend that he's into 2K just as much as I am. That's Chilango 2K. Me and him talk about 2K all fucking day when we're on the phone and shit. But my girl is so tired about hearing. She doesn't want to hear about 2K anymore and shit. And all of my other friends don't want to hear about it either. So you guys are pretty much my 2K fam. You changed it again? Okay, I'm going to take one more look at your team, Paradox. Hold on. Let me get this done real quick. You already had a great team, Paradox. I don't know what you could have done with your team in the last 2 seconds, but I'll take a look at it. Okay. Okay, the only change that Paradox... Okay, Paradox did make some really good, noteworthy changes. Off the bench now, the starting lineup is the same. SGA, Cedric Maxwell, LeBron James, Dikembe Mutombo, Yao Ming. Now off the bench, he's got Josh Giddey, PG-13, Jermaine O'Neal, Jack Sigma. That's a really good upgrade from Tim Duncan. Again, he's got Risk Smith at the 5 coming off the bench for Yao Ming. And now his reserves is looking way better. I like that. I really don't like when people stick 3 gold cards in the reserves. The only reason why people are sticking 3 gold cards in the reserves is because they're hoping that by sticking 3 gold cards in the reserves, they're going to get a weaker matchup when they go to play Showdown. And I think that's so whack. I think that's really lame. So I really like what you did with your reserves. He's now got 100 Timmy in the reserves, Dark Matter Josh Smith, and Dark Matter Peja Stojakovic. That whole team is excellent. Now to me, this is a 9 to 9.5. The only change, now I can't even say I would make any changes with this team. I would just say that maybe replace Peja Stojakovic with Dark Matter Giannis. That's the only thing I'm going to say, is because I really like that Dark Matter Giannis. I like his height. I like his defense. He's got a good enough release where you should be able to green with that card. And his height and his defense alone is a complete game changer for your team. So I'm always going to recommend Dark Matter Giannis because you could run him at the 3. And I think running Dark Matter Giannis at the 3 is a complete game changer for any team. For example, look at your team, Paradox. If you had Dark Matter Giannis on your team, there could be some points in the game where you're going to be running Yao Ming at your 5, Dark Matter Dikembe at your 4, and then Dark Matter Giannis at your 3. That lineup would be fucking amazing. People wouldn't be able to shoot over that lineup. So I always recommend to everyone, always try to save some sort of spot in your reserves for Dark Matter Giannis to be on your team. Because there's going to be a point in the game where you need that height and you need that defense, and he's going to make a difference. Not only in that game, but for your team, he's going to be a game changer if you have Dark Matter Giannis available to play the 3 at any time. So that's the only thing I would say is I would take Dark Matter Giannis over Dark Matter Peja. But I'm great looking team, Paradox. An easy, like I said, easy 9 to 9.5. That's a beautiful team. It's a well put together team. I think I'm almost done here. And no, I've gotten everything broken down to pink diamonds, and then from there I just got to exchange it for sneaker and takeover boost.
I have Rip and Yao together in the same lineup, Indie.
Paradox, it's crazy that you even got those 2 cards out of 1 box, man. That's insane. It must have been one of the best boxes of the year. So everyone in the 2K community, they would have been, I'm really happy for you that you got those 2 cards. But anyone in the 2K community would have loved to have gotten those 2 cards in 1 box. Rick Smith and Yao Ming, oh my God. And the amount of MT they're worth, you lucky bastard. If I was able to pull a duplicate Yao Ming and a Rick Smith, I wouldn't have to rip packs for the rest of the year. I would be done with ripping packs if I got those 2 cards. That's how much of a difference getting those 2 cards make for anyone's account. I'm just getting one good pull, like, here and there makes a huge difference for your account.
Are you jealous?
It sucks when you rip open a 51-pack box and you don't get anything that helps improve your situation. Either it doesn't help improve your team or it doesn't give you any MT. That really sucks when that happens. So the fact that you were able to improve your team and stack up MT, that's a huge W right there, Paradox. Huge W. Oh, I'm a little bit jealous for sure. You know I am. The good thing is I already have Yao Ming, but I am very jealous that you pulled Rick Smith, and he is worth like 1.5 million MT. That was a huge W, Paradox. But I didn't do too bad with my pack opening. You know, I did pull Invincible Wemby. I mean, not Invincible Wemby. I did pull Opal Wemby, and I did pull SGA as the topper. So I did pretty good for myself also with the 51 pack box and the amount of MT that I was able to stack up from it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to get back to this tomorrow, but this is crazy how much I've got left. I think I'm gonna save the pink diamonds for tomorrow, to be honest. It's so funny. Paradox would just come out straight up, ask me like, "Indy, are you jealous?" Question mark. I always think it's pretty funny the friendship that me and Paradox have developed because like I said, like this time last year, you know, I always saw Paradox in the chats and in the live streams, and he would always be talking to everyone else but me. And I always thought that Paradox was a pretty cool dude. And I'm like, why doesn't this fucking asshole like ever say what's up to me and shit? And now here we are like a year later, and like we're like best of friends, and we're always talking and hanging out. And that's what I love about streaming is not only building up the community, but meeting really good people that are in the community and making really good friends. But this time last year, I couldn't even get Paradox to say what's good, Indie2k. And now here he is trolling me that he's got Rick Smith and Yao Ming in the same lineup. I want to say so far from the MT method, well, I mean, I've been working the MT method since like season 4. Altogether from the MT method, I've made about 12 million MT. From this specific event, good Lord, between ripping packs and grinding out the challenges, I've easily made 2 million MT. I just gotta, you know, break the cards down, turn them into sneaker and takeover boosts, and start listing. But I want to say from this event alone, from the packs that I've ripped and from the grinding I've done, I've made about 2 mil. You know, so I know I'm gonna be good for the rest of this game.
Are you jealous? How much have you made from MT method?
You know, and that's why I'm always recommending to people to do the MT method, because believe me when I say it's gonna stack up. My boy Chilongo2k didn't want anything to do with the MT method. My boy Chilongo2k only started playing MyTeam about a month ago, and he's already at like 1.2 million MT because he's been working the MT method for like the last season and a half. Do you know that there are some people that play this game from the very beginning to the end of this game, and they don't even see a million MT throughout the course of the game? The fact that that my boy Chilongo2k just started playing about a month or two ago, and he's already up at 1.2 million MT from just grinding out the events and doing the MT method, shows you that the MT method is worth doing. The fact that somebody that just started playing this game already made a mil off of the MT method, shows you that it's worth doing. And I'm easily gonna make 2 mil from this last event, and I'm really happy with that because it's gonna put me in a position to get all the GOAT cards that I want when they finally come out and go down in price. Because believe me when I say the GOAT cards, even the GOAT cards and even the Invincibles will be coming down in price. Just the way the Dark Matters came down in price, just the way the 100s came down in price, just the way the Opals came down in price. Everything in this game is meant to eventually come down in price and be accessible. You just got to be patient and you just got to wait. But that's all I'm doing today. Like I said, I have all of the challenges completed. I don't got nothing left to complete. I'm not going to be grinding showdown the rest of this season. All I'm doing for the rest of this season is I'm gonna grind out salary cap. I'm gonna make sure I get the second free 100 from this season, and I'm gonna make sure I keep on grinding out the MT method. And guys, I want to ask, how much MT do you guys have in your account? I'm always curious to know, like, am I the only person, out there this year that had, like I said, at one point I had 12 million MT. Right now I'm sitting at 5 million MT, and I have 300 pages worth of sneakers to sell, and I got like a bunch of stuff. I've got 55 players in the auction house right now. So I know I'm really at like about 7 to 8 mil. But I am curious, does anyone else have a good amount of MT, or like, are you dead broke? Because it really does suck not to have MT in this game.
Any idea if Larry Bird is worth it to buy?
You know what, LOL, I heard this year, I haven't played with Larry Bird personally this year. Larry Bird last year was trash. Larry Bird last year was a huge trash can. This year they changed Larry Bird's upper, they changed his release, his jumper's a lot better, it's much more smoother and easier to time. And Larry Bird cards are always known for defense, but also on top of being a good defender this year and a good shooter, he's also a very good slasher to the rim. So I want to say that this year, Larry Bird is worth your MT, and he is a very good card this year. But in previous years, Larry Bird was a huge L. This is like the first year where Larry Bird has really been a good card.
No budget centers this year.
Let me think. Any budget centers?
He is going to hoop.
I want to say if you want like a budget center, you can go out there and get Pink Diamond Zach Edey for like 30,000 MT. You can get Pink Diamond Wemby for about 60,000 MT. There may not be a bunch of like a ton of budget centers this year, but the centers that you can get, like the Pink Diamond Wembys, the Pink Diamond Joel Embiids, your Pink Diamond Zach Edeys, they're really good cards that you could actually. There's 3 Pink Diamond centers that I would recommend. I would recommend Pink Diamond Zach Edey, Pink Diamond Wemby, and Pink Diamond Kareem. Those are 3 Pink Diamond centers, 3 budget centers that you could still run in Showdown and Salary Cap, and maybe even the Park. But there's a good amount of budget cards this year. Get Bird or SGA. I would not get SGA because remember, guys, if Oklahoma City wins the championship and we get an invincible SGA, that 100 SGA is going to be completely worthless. I'm talking about he's going to be like 100,000 buyout. So don't get SGA. I would recommend getting Bird because I feel like SGA is going to... I think we're going to get an invincible SGA if Oklahoma City wins it. Yeah, by next week we're gonna get an invincible SGA, so I would not recommend buying SGA.
If you can get Larry for 450k or less.
Oklahoma City in 7 for sure. That's who I'm going with. I've been going with Oklahoma City since the beginning of the year. I've been running with Oklahoma City, and I'm gonna stick with Oklahoma City. I haven't changed my mind not one time on Oklahoma City. If you think about it, Oklahoma City has a big 3. They got Chet, Jalen, and SGA. Not only is it a big 3, but it's a young big 3. And they need to keep that core together. They can't break up this core group of players the way they broke up James Harden, Russell Westbrook, and KD. And they got to keep this team together. They can't let this 3 break apart. I don't know. I feel like Tyrese Halliburton, he's had that Mamba mentality this year, and Tyrese Halliburton has been clutch. And I want to say that Tyrese Halliburton has won me over as a fan. He went from the most overrated player to being one of the most clutch players I've ever seen. And I'm not saying he's the next Reggie Miller, but he was clutch for Indiana, and he's really won me over as a fan. And I think that Tyrese Halliburton could still get one more game out of this series. I think he's good enough where he could still bring you to one more win in this series. Okay, I think I'm done with the champion cards, and I think I could actually exchange them in for some stuff. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a little bit of a smoke break, and then I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna turn all of these pink diamond event cards into sneaker and takeover boost, and like I said, it's gonna add up to a lot. And let me just show you guys what I mean real quick. I hate when I do that. This is all the stuff that's in my collection, and it's mostly like sneaker and takeover boosts and some badges. I pretty much sold all of my badges so far, but I do have a little bit of I want to say maybe a page or two worth of badges. But I have about 280 pages worth of sneakers and takeover boosts. If you don't think this is gonna add up to millions of MT, at least 2 million MT, you're bugging. Because the diamond sneakers have a value of 300 MT each, and I have 281 pages. So you got to think about that. But I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna go take a smoke break. Actually, I'll just bring the controller with me. I have to go upstairs. Forgot my weed upstairs. One day I'm gonna do like a little room tour, and give you guys like a little tour of my man cave. And as soon as I get a new TV, I'm gonna set up my PlayStation 5 inside the man cave. Yeah, I wouldn't pay any more than 400, maybe 450 for Larry Bird or SGA, because these 100s are gonna be coming down in price pretty soon. I'm talking about in like the next 2 weeks, a lot of these 100s are gonna be 100,000 or lower, especially like the I want to say any sort of 100 that's not an A tier or S tier card is going to be like 100,000 or below after the next week or two. But I'll be back, guys. I'm going to go smoke real quick.
BRB fam. Gotta go to work, Indie. Catch you as soon as I can. Take care, y'all. See y'all, Jermaine.
It is so damn early over here that the birds are starting to chirp. That's how long I've been on the game. And I don't even call it a 24-hour stream or a marathon stream. I just do it up, guys. It's just what's got to be done. You just got to grind out the game and get shit done. I'll be back. I got to use the bathroom.
WTF. Zoomers lol. You just trade virtual cards lol.
All right, I'm back. I just got super, super high. Like I smoked the whole joint to the head, and I gotta say that's the only way to do it up. It's like when you roll up a
Doing
joint,
many events lol.
don't put it out when it's halfway through, halfway done. Just smoke the whole thing, smoke it to the head, and you're gonna really love that high. Glenn, I am done with
Lol
all of the
Zoomers.
events. I'm done with all of the challenges. I've completed everything. There's nothing left for me to complete in season 7. The only thing that's left for me to complete is the daily challenges that they drop every day, and then also every single day. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but that champions event, they've been adding something new to it every single day.
This is
And besides that, just the daily challenges that they drop on daily. The only thing I have to do is grind to 2,500 points in salary cap to get that free 100 pack. Besides that, I got everything done. All the event challenges are completed. All of the season challenges are completed. The downtown stuff is completed. All of it's done. There's nothing left for me to do. Like I said, I want to say I'm one of the biggest and best grinders out there. The only people that are grinding out the game like me is just like someone like Carlo or the Centric, but the Centric plays a lot of showdown more than anything. But I can't say that there's many streamers out there actually grinding out the game. Hey, this is all I've got left to do, and this is what I've got to get done. It's got these this event, the champion event, ends in 2 days. So if I don't break these cards down into the sneaker and takeover boost, in 2 days from now, I'm not gonna be able to work the MT method. So I've got to get this done today. I have like no other choice but to get this done today. But I got everything else done, so there's nothing left for me to do. And also earlier today, I ripped a 51 pack box. There was so much stuff from that I had to break down, and there was so much stuff that I had to list. I had 55 players that I had to list into the auction house. If I didn't list them today, if I wait any longer to list those players, they're going to go further down in value because the auction house is crashing. So I had to do things like list the players into the auction house and break those cards down today. It was like a must be done. Paradox, I've got too much shit to do, man, and I'm about to Oh, it's nighttime over here for sure, Robert. It's like more like almost like morning time over here. I think it's like 5:30. I've been grinding this game since 12 in the afternoon. I'm completing, challenges, getting all the grinds done, and then fucking breaking down cards, ripping packs. I've been like so busy with the game today. Can't no one say that Indie2k doesn't grind out the game or rip packs or fucking play it all day, because I'm on this shit all day. I'm putting in that work. I'm putting in that overtime. Wow, where are you, Robert? How the heck could it be 12 p.m. for you? You must be like on the other side of the planet. Like, no joke. Okay, now it's time. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Even though it says that the event is still going for 12 days, all of this stuff will be around for the next 12 days, with the exception of the MT method. They always take away the badge and the sneaker and the takeover boost way before they take away the other stuff. And that's because they don't want you working the MT method. So if you're going to do the MT method, not only do you have to do it as quickly as possible, you have to do it before 2K takes it away from you. Takes the opportunity away. So you only got 2 days left to do the MT method. So I can't wait any longer. And wow, you're from Lithuania? Yo, Robert, I want to just say thank you for joining me from all the way from Lithuania, man. I really appreciate that. I didn't know there was people in Lithuania even listening to me or even knew who the fuck I was. But I really do appreciate that, Robert. Much love. Much appreciation. I just want to ask, is NBA 2K a popular game in Lithuania? Are a lot of people playing this game in Lithuania? I'm just curious. I'm not trying to make fun of you or troll you or anything like that. I just want to know, is the NBA really popular over there? Is the game really popular over there? Because over here, we love this game.
Basketball is very big, but I mean 2K not really. I like to.
Yo, what up, Jay? Oh, that sucks. Well, at least you're into the NBA and at least you're into 2K because I think it's a great basketball game. Considering that it's the only basketball game around, it should be good. But to me, I feel like the NBA and NBA 2K, the game itself, go neck and neck. Like if you're gonna be a fan of the NBA and watch basketball games, like why not play the game? I don't get it when people say, "Oh, I watch basketball, but I don't play," any sort of like basketball video game. I don't get how some people could be so into sports but not be into sports video games. I feel like the two go neck and neck, hand in hand. If you're gonna be into sports, you might as well be into sports video games. I feel like it's just they complement each other. And I'm like, I love boxing. I love watching boxing. I love playing boxing video games also. There's a lot of people that love watching soccer and they love playing soccer games. And I feel like the two go hand in hand.
It's the price I think for others.
Okay, and like I said, guys, unless it's satellite or chef, you can just quick sell most of these if you don't have any space in your auction house. I'm gonna check if I have any space. Yeah, I don't have enough space. I'm just gonna quick sell that for 425 MT. To be honest, guys, at this point, I've got so much in my collection. I have 300 pages worth of stuff, and I have so much listed in the auction house, and I have so much MT stacked up. It doesn't even matter if you got to quick sell some stuff here and there. It's not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna hurt you either. So if you have to quick sell some takeover boost, don't worry about it. There's always gonna be another event where you can make up the MT or make up the and get those things back. Jay, what's going on? Why are you about to break your TV? First of all, let's calm down, Jay. You should never break your PlayStation or your controller or your TV. You need all of those things in your life. And it costs us a lot of money to replace those things. So think twice before doing anything erratic. And I would recommend not to break your TV. I hope you're joking, Jay. But tell me why you want to break your TV. I'm curious. Oh my God, Jay. Jay, right there when I read that sentence, I know exactly what you're talking about, my brother, and I feel your pain. There has been situations where I'm so close to completing a challenge or an agenda, and they go and they injure that player that I need to complete that challenge. And then you have to go into the auction house. You have to buy a badge, a healing badge. You have to wait an hour for it to get done pending through 2K. And then you have to apply those badges. And then you could play with them. Or you have to, if you don't have any badges or any MT, you have to wait like 4 to 5 games for that player to heal back up. Injuries are probably one of the most frustrating things in this game this year that I don't get. I don't get why players get injured in this game so often, and I also don't understand why the digital players need a timeout in the game as if they're actually tired. And I don't understand why we have to injure the fictional digital players in the game. That doesn't make any sense. There should be no injuries in this game whatsoever, and the computer should never need to call a timeout for fatigue. I don't understand why we do that why 2K does that to digital cards. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Yo, what's good, AJ? There was this challenge in the beginning of season 7 when I was grinding to level 40. You had to what was it you had to do? I think you had to score 75 points with PG-13, something like that, or score 100 points. And I remember thinking to myself, damn, if my player gets injured doing this, I don't have any injury cards to heal him up. And I was doing the challenge in the very last hour that you had to complete the challenge. And I was like, man, if he gets injured and I have to go buy a healing badge out of the auction house, and then I have to wait for it to get done pending, I don't have enough time to heal this player up and get the challenge completed. So I feel your pain, and I think that completely sucks when your player that you need to complete a challenge, the computer goes and injures that player, that one particular player on purpose. That doesn't make any fucking sense why we do that or why they do that. And I feel like for 2K26, they have to take that out of the game. Your players shouldn't be getting injured so damn fucking often. They're digital fucking players. They shouldn't be getting injured, and they shouldn't need timeouts for fatigue. They shouldn't need a Gatorade break. It's fucking ridiculous, 2K. What's the first 2K or NBA Live you ever played? Robert, I actually started playing NBA 2K back in the Sega Dreamcast days, and it was NBA 2K1. But before that, I was playing NBA Live because before NBA 2K, there was nothing but NBA Live. And for its time, NBA Live was elite. It was an amazing basketball game, and I wish they would bring it back. Because if NBA Live came back and gave some competition to NBA 2K, that means that 2K would have to make their game and their product better. And so I really miss NBA Live just for that reason. But I've been playing basketball games since like NBA Jams. You know, if when I was a kid, if there was a basketball game, believe me, I was gonna be playing it. And I remember starting off with NBA Jams and then moving on to NBA Live and then NBA 2K. And I've been playing NBA 2K since 2K1. The only thing is I didn't start playing MyTeam until like the pandemic, until like 2K23. 2K23 was like the first time I really even took a look at MyTeam. And then 2K24 I started playing it. And then ever since 2K24 I just been hooked on it. Oh my gosh. I remember playing NBA 2K on the PlayStation 3, and it used to be fucking awesome because I would play quick play, and I would always run the Lakers, and I would have so much fun running Kobe and the Lakers back in PlayStation 3 on 2K. It was so much fun having Kobe in the game. I miss Kobe so much in this game. And I'm gonna say it till I'm blue in the face, or until somebody hears me. But they need to bring back Kobe Bean Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant is the second best player of all time, and the fact that he's missing in a basketball game is sad. It's ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense. And they need to bring Kobe back next year, because not having Kobe in the game is like half the fun in the game is missing. So bring Kobe back, and I'm gonna say it every single fucking stream. It's so they bring Kobe back. I'm gonna mention it like once a stream. I don't give a. I really don't give a crap. That's how much I miss Kobe. That's how much I love Kobe. He's my all-time favorite player, and I think he was just as good as Michael Jordan. Okay, looks like I'm almost done over here, and then I'll be able to call it a night. Oh my god, no, I still have so many pink diamond cards to break down. It's unreal. Damn, it's a lot of pink diamond cards. And then I also have a ton of summer festival cards that I need to break down. It's just gonna take me forever. And I still have a GOAT champion card that I gotta break down, or I gotta figure out what am I gonna do with that card. I'm most likely gonna have to break it down. Oh my god. I don't know if I could take any more of this, guys. I wanna say I'm gonna deal with this for like 7 more minutes and then I'm gonna call it a night. It's it's about to turn 6 a.m. and my girl, she usually wakes up around 6:30. Also, Robert, you gotta remember, if people want to say that about Kobe Bryant, that he got carried by Shaq and through 2 to 3 championships, I want to say through two. I mean through one championship. If you want to give credit, if you want to give complete credit to Shaq for the first championship, I would agree on that. But for champions 2, 3, 4, and 5, those are Kobe championships just as much as they are Shaq championships. And if you want to say, well, he got to play with Shaq, if you look at somebody like LeBron James, he got to play with D Wade, he got to play with, Chris Bosh, Ray Allen, he got to play with Mike Miller, Shane Battier, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Anthony Davis, Luca. So for anyone to say that Kobe has so much help because he got to play with Shaq, that's a little bit ignorant because look how much help King James had. And he's supposed to be the king. Seems like he had a lot of help to me. But I really don't get the Kobe disrespect and the Kobe hate. And I feel like for some people, either you really love Kobe or like for some reason you hate him, which I don't understand why people just don't let the man rest in peace. But I would never take LeBron over Kobe, that's for sure. To me, there's only one person you take over Kobe Bryant, and that's Michael Jordan. That's the only person that plays over Kobe.
Laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing. I gotta go to work in a couple of hours. Facts. I remember playing NBA Live 08 on PS3, it was so good. Yeah, I agree, it's annoying that Kobe gets hate for playing with Shaq and they say he got carried, it's crazy. Let's go out Indy, let's still let me
Nice, Jay.
so I finished it.
And Jay, that's another thing I don't get. How come sometimes a player gets injured, but then after a quarter or two, they let you bring that player back? Was that player not really injured? Was it not a really severe injury? Like, why is that allowed to happen sometimes where like the player gets injured, but then like somewhere in the third or fourth quarter, you can bring him back? I guess maybe it wasn't a serious injury, but you got pretty lucky, man, right there. Because it would suck to have to do that challenge over. It sucks having to do anything over because then it makes that challenge just that more time consuming. Oh my gosh, guys. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been hanging out with me while I do this shit. But this shit is severely boring. And if I had to do this by myself, I don't know if I would have the willpower and the motivation to want to do this by myself. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and just listen to me talk about the thing I love the most, which is NBA 2K. There's nothing else I really enjoyed that much as NBA 2K. Actually, that's a lie. I'm also really big into collecting comic books. I really do enjoy collecting comic books just as much as I enjoy watching basketball and playing basketball. So that is my second love, is collecting comic books and reading comics. I'm a really huge fan of the Marvel universe, and like I love all of those Marvel MCU movies. So I want to say that's probably actually I want to say they're both tied for one. For first place. I love collecting comics and I love playing basketball. That's my life right there is comics and basketball and weed. That's probably my third passion, I guess. But yeah, hopefully I'm done with this because this does get pretty repetitive and pretty tedious. And like I said before, this isn't for the faint of heart. I wouldn't recommend for everyone to be doing this because either two things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna get used to the empty method and you're just gonna learn how to deal with it, how repetitive it is, or it's gonna break you and you're not gonna ever want to do it ever again. It's that fucking bad. That the MT method is literally just break you to the point where you're like, hey, I'm done with this MT method. I never want to see another pack of sneakers and takeover boosts. You're not gonna want to ever list anything into the auction house or waste your time with this type of shit. But only two things can happen: is either you'll get used to it, or the MT method would just break you down, and you'll never want to do it ever again because it's really fucking super tedious. Oh my gosh, Jay. I hate doing shit in domination because the game, you know, it's so shitty that for Showdown, they took a minute off of each quarter and they made the game of Showdown shorter than Unlimited. Last year, each quarter of Unlimited was like I think it was 4 minutes. And this year a quarter is only like 3 minutes in Showdown. I don't know why they don't make games of domination shorter. They need to make domination games like shorter and quicker to get over with. And I hate fucking having to complete any sort of challenge and grinding that shit out in domination. Oh my god, it's the worst. Playing against the computer, it's really bad. It's horrible at times. The computer will do whatever it takes for you to lose and have it and basically forcing you to have to do that challenge over again. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, the only thing I'm gonna look for is Satellite and Chef. And like I said, those are the only two that really go for something. I think Satellite and Chef are both going for like 8,000 MT. You know, most of the other takeovers, they do fetch about 1,000 to 2,000 MT. But like I said, if your collection is already full and maxed out and you have a bunch of stuff in the auction house, don't feel bad about having to quick sell any of this. You could always make it up in the next event. It's that easy to get again. I don't even think twice about that shit. I've got so much stuff backed up in my collection to sell. I don't even give a fuck if I have to quick sell some of this shit. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that serious. Like I said, I've made so much MT through the MT method that like I said, MT comes and goes, and just as quickly as you spend it is as quickly as you're gonna make it back. It's what the game is programmed to do. This game wants you to spend your MT. Believe me, it's gonna give it right back to you. There's no reason to hold on to it. We're in season 8. And the MT method is a really good way to continue just stacking up your MT. I want to say it was last night. I ripped about 100,000 MT worth of MT single packs, and I got an invincible card, an invincible event card from the summer festival. That thing was worth like 100,000, 200,000 MT, if not more. So don't be afraid to spend your MT, rip a few packs, try some players out, do a little bit of sniping. Believe me, the MT is gonna come back soon enough.
You don't press triangle for quick open?
Oh, it's already set on quick opening. Oh, sometimes when you do the quick opening, it opens up too many packs, and then you have to put them back into Galaxy Opal packs. So I just open them one by one, so I don't accidentally open up too many and flood the pink diamonds. Because if you flood the pink diamonds and you have too many, it's then gonna force you to turn them back into diamonds or Galaxy Opals. So and that makes it more time consuming. Oh, Jay, I sold my SGA. I'm about to check on the auction house real quick. We're gonna see how much all of those cards went for. I'm sure I made a couple of mil. The only card I haven't listed is Wemby, and I'm about to list Wemby right now. I'm really glad you're here for that, Jay. We're about to see how much MT I made from selling every single card from that 51 box that I got earlier today. I'm just gonna get this done first. But guys, I just want to say good morning to everyone, and I would really, really appreciate it if you start my morning off with a couple of likes. That would just make my day. Okay. Let's go to the auction house real quick. Okay, I still have 49 players pending. So let's see what these outcomes are looking like so far. Oh. Something must have sold, but I've got so much stuff over here in my pending items that like I don't know where the heck they are. Well, I guess I'm wrong. I guess none of my players have sold yet, and I guess they're still like they're almost done selling. Yeah, I guess these cards still have about 42 minutes to an hour left before they're done selling. And then we'll be able to find out how much MT I made off of that 51 pack box. Like I said, I listed every single player. I could have sworn there was 55 players that I listed earlier, but it says there's only 49 players listed. I don't think that's right. I think they got to be somewhere in my outcomes. I'm pretty sure they are. All right, I'll check up on that later on. Hey guys, not only am I fucking starving, but I'm also like really tired, so I'm about to pass out pretty soon. And I'm calling it a night, but I do want to say thank you to everyone that's been hanging out and rocking out with me. I really do appreciate the love and support. And I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll probably be here streaming every day until like 2K26 comes out. Oh, wait up, hold up. SGA must have sold. Hold up. I gotta go back to the auction house. Hold up. Okay, SGA is no longer in my auction house. He's already sold for sure. And the reason why I can't see the outcome is because I got too many cards over here. That fucking blows. But he's got to be over there. Yeah, because he's nowhere here to be found. That's for sure. Oh my god, that's making me kind of nervous actually. Hold up. I'm just gonna quick sell some of this stuff. Just gonna make some space in my auction house so this way I can take some of that stuff out of my pending items. And see where the fuck is that SGA at? Okay, that SGA card has got to be buried somewhere in here. That fucking blows. It's getting me kind of fucking nervous now. Because I want to see how much did he sell for. Right, I'm just going to have to clear more space until I get to him. But I can't go to sleep not knowing how much he sold for or if he's actually in there. That would just keep me up the whole fucking night. Okay, I didn't sell nothing but like these bronze cards, and they only go for like about $250 each. But I want to see where the fuck is my SGA card. It says I got 50 plus items in here. It's crazy. Still okay, guys. I did sell some satellite for 4,400 each. That was a W, but I still don't see my SGA over here, and I want to find them before I take off. It's kind of freaking me out. I also sold gifted hands for 2,500 MT. See, all of this is just gonna add up. Like I said, it takes time to do the MT method, but it's worth it. Look how much I just made over like selling a few items. I just made like 10,000 MT from just selling 2 satellite takeovers. So it's really worth it to do the MT method and to list things into the auction house. Okay, still no SGA over here popping up yet. I don't know where the fuck SGA is at, but I'm gonna find them before I go. It's kind of freaking me out that he's not there. There he is. My SGA sold for 546,000 MT, guys. Jay, that's a huge W. I'm going to add that later on. I'm going to make a video later on showing how much MT I made off of selling. I sold out of the 51 pack box. I got 55 players out of that. I listed them all into the auction house, and I'm going to make a video showing how much I made off of that one super pack box. I swear I must have made like 2 million MT off of it because remember, I still have Galaxy Opal Victor Wembanyama to sell that I got from the Super Pack box. So that Super Pack that I opened earlier was a huge W. That box was super juiced. I highly recommend for you guys to go check out my last live stream. I got so many good cards from that box. Laugh out loud. It's taking so long to break down this box that I'm still doing it. That's how long it takes to break down cards that I'm still doing this shit. I mean, I've been doing it all night ever since I ripped that 51 pack box. After I got done with that, I started, breaking down cards. Because like I said, you only have 2 days left to do the MT method. After that, you won't be able to do the MT method. Now, after this, you can break down your event cards all the way to diamond cards, and you can sell them. You can quick sell your diamond cards, but you're not going to make that much MT by just quick selling your diamond cards. You could make way more MT by doing the badge and the sneaker method. Isaac, I think they're gonna either give us SGA or they're gonna give us Chet. I'm hoping they give us either one of those players. And to be honest, Isaac, if they give us SGA or Chet, that's a huge W. Either one. As long as they don't give us Jalen. I don't want to see them give us Jalen. That would be a huge L and basically a huge slap in the face to the 2K community and to all the grinders and all the no money spent people that had to grind out all of those fucking playoff challenges. That shit took days. It took a week to complete all of that shit from round 1 to the final round. It took forever to complete that shit. It was weeks of grinding. So if we don't get something really good out of all of that grinding, like an SGA or a Chet, it's gonna be a real slap in the face to the 2K community because that was a lot to do. It took up a lot of time. It was very repetitive, very boring. It was annoying, time consuming, aggravating. It wasn't fun doing those playoff challenges. And they got to give us something really good for completing a grind like that. But yeah, Jay, I don't know if you've seen, but my SGA sold for 546,000 MT. That's a huge W. Yo, what's good, Matthew? Good to see you, my dude. Appreciate you coming through, fam. Just here grinding out the game, ripping packs. I ripped open a 51 pack box last night, plus 12 other boxes. I've been doing the MT method all night because I got all of my challenges completed. I got everything done and out the way, and I still have 9 days to go in this season. And after I'm done with this MT method, I'm just gonna enjoy salary cap for the rest of the season, and I'm gonna enjoy some park for the rest of the season. And I'm just gonna enjoy the game for the last 2 seasons. I don't think for the last 2 seasons I want to do like a lot more grinding, like completing a lot more challenges. I want to get to like, just enjoying Showdown, enjoying my team that I put together, and enjoying the park. But I don't want to have to constantly do the MT method or grinding out events. It's too much work after a while. It even wears me out, and I'm one of the biggest grinders out there. Ooh, Matthew, that hurts. I didn't even want to see that, Matthew. I'm sorry to hear that, Matthew. That does suck ass. James Worthy is one of the worst 100 overalls that you could possibly get. So I feel your pain when you say that you got James Worthy. I hope you like him. One time I got Clyde Drexler. I fell in love with that card. Everyone said it sucked ass, but he works for me. So hopefully that card works for you. But that's a tough one. That's a tough pill to swallow. Jay says, I'm about to open my 100 pack. I wanted to tell you who I got. Hey, Jay, if you're on PlayStation Network, send me the screen share. I'll watch it with you. But definitely let me know what you get, Jay. I really want to know. I'm pretty curious. I don't know if I'm just curious by nature or if it's like because I'm such a big pack addict, but I'm always wondering what the fuck did everyone else pull from those 100 packs? Did they pull something better than what I got? And I feel like most of the time people are always getting something way better than what I got out of my packs. And like I said, I don't mean to bore you with this shit. Normally, I'm either going to be playing Showdown, Salary Cap, or grinding out challenges, but I got everything completed and I got to do this. And I hate doing this shit by myself. There's been so many times where I didn't get the MT method completed, and I had so many cards left over from an event because I just couldn't, keep myself awake, by myself. I couldn't do this by myself without you guys. So I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me and doing this shit with me. I pulled 100 Giannis from the exchange. 10 bucks. Oh my gosh, Matthew, you lucky bastard, man. Matthew, if you want to go back to my earlier stream from earlier today, I opened up 11 free 10-pack boxes that I got from the exchange. 11 free 10-pack boxes that I got from the exchange, and not one of them spit out a dark matter, not one of them spit out a 100, not one of them spit out an invincible. The best I got was a bunch of really good event cards, and the best I got was some Galaxy Opals and some pink diamonds, but I didn't get any sort of dark matter out of. There was four. I did open 4 free 10-pack boxes off stream, and out of those 4 boxes, I did pull 2 dark matters. One was Monte Ellis, and one was a Reggie Theus, but that was it. And that was a few weeks ago. I opened up 4 of them, and I got fucking 2 dark matters, but they weren't anything special. My boy Chalongo 2K, he did pull a 100. I forgot which 100 he pulled, but he did pull a free 100 out of the free 10-pack box. And I've seen people like JC2K pull a 100 out of the free 10-pack. I've seen him pull 2 dark matters in one box, and so it looks like everyone's been getting lucky with the free 10-pack box except for me, because I did open 11 of them today, and it didn't spit out none of them spit out anything good. It was a tragedy. I did the downtown challenges and got Oscar Robertson. Isaac, I'm so sorry to hear that also, because Oscar Robertson, I want to say he's one of the worst cards you can get, one of the worst 100s that you can get. And I want to say, like, about a week or two ago, I wanted to say that I absolutely hated the Oscar Robertson card. But for some reason, I've been able to get used to the Oscar Robertson card now. And I don't know, I play pretty well with him now. He comes through for me. He's my PG3 out of my reserves, granted. And he does play limited minutes. But when he does come out of my reserves to play in the third quarter, he usually plays really good minutes. He hits really big shots, and even though 100 overall Oscar Robertson isn't the best driver to the rim, he's not the best slasher. He's got a really smooth jump shot that's super easy to green, and that's the one thing that I can say that's really very good about that Oscar Robertson is that he's got a smooth jumper. He's not the best slasher, but he's an elite rebounder, and he's got a smooth jumper, so it's not that bad of a card. I was able to adapt and get used to him. And I'm sure if I was able to make use of him, you can make use of him. He's a pretty decent card, a pretty good card. He's not the best card, but he's a pretty good card. He's usable, more than usable. But guys, I want to say in like the next 9 minutes, I'm gonna call it a wraps and shut down the stream until I wake up. And I usually wake up around 12, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I'll spark up the stream as soon as I wake up and we'll get back to grinding like always. And guys, if you didn't see the pack opening, I highly suggest for you to check out the pack opening that I did earlier today. That box was so juiced, and I can't believe half of the stuff that I got that was in it. I still am in shock on like how much MT I was able to make off of that. And then I'm glad that I was able to be an inspiration to my boy Paradox, who right after I opened up the 51 pack box, he opened up his 51 pack box. He got Yao Ming and he got Rick Smith's out of the 51 pack box today that he opened up. So these super packs have been really juiced. I want to say that right now, if you want to farm some MT, the best way to do it is through these super packs. That's the best and the quickest way to do it is through super packs because it looks like 2K is juicing them up. Like I said, I just got Galaxy Opal Wemby out of the first box. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. And I'm so far from the MT method from just quick selling stuff. I've made 200,000 MT from just quick selling stuff. And I'm really sorry to put you guys through this type of torture, but like I said, I don't want to fucking suffer through this by myself. So I really appreciate you guys doing this with me. And I promise you guys, I think this is gonna be the last time I do like the MT method. And I think this is the last time I'm gonna grind out all of these events. These challenges, they're really time consuming and like there's only 2 seasons left and I want to spend the last 2 seasons really enjoying Showdown and Salary Cap. And I've got enough good players to do both. And I've got enough good players to also enjoy Park. So I'm kind of done with grinding out all of this fucking nonsense. Like the motherfucking downtown challenges took 5 weeks and Isaac got fucking Oscar Robinson and Matthew got James Worthy. That is not fair. You know, that's not cool to grind out a challenge for 5 weeks. It's not cool to grind out 3 rounds of salary cap and get fucking James Worthy or fucking Oscar Robinson or Clyde Drexler or Patrick Ewing. You know, when you put in that kind of time to grind, you should get something like an option pack and you should decide what you want to get. Not some pack based off of RNG, you know, and giving you a bunch of duplicates constantly. So I really feel for people when they, put in all that time to grind and then they get something shitty. It's happened to me plenty of times this year. I'm just glad that out of my pack for the downtown challenges, I got Paulo. So I was okay with that. I was pretty happy with Paulo. Now, do I wish that it was Porzingis or Shaq or something like that? Yeah, I wish it was Porzingis or Shaq or King James or KD, but getting Paulo was pretty damn good. I felt really happy about that. I was like pretty damn okay with it. And I'm definitely gonna use him on my team and so I can, make an improvement and upgrade him. But for now, he's definitely more than good enough to run. I'm more than happy with Paulo.
Is Dark Matter Kevin Garnett good?
I don't know where all of these Galaxy Opal event cards came from, but it's like they came out of nowhere. But I'm gonna be able to break these down into pink diamonds real quick, just by doing this. I guess I must have over flooded the Galaxy Opal event cards, and I love it when this screen pops up because it makes the whole process a lot easier to do. And I wish the whole process, I wish you were able to do the whole breakdown process like that, instead of having to do all of that back and forth nonsense between the pack market and the exchange. It gets really tedious. Is Dark Matter Kevin Garnett good? I would say that Jay, for me, I know a lot of people didn't like Dark Matter Kevin Garnett. My Dark Matter Kevin Garnett is a little bit different because I had him all badged out with the Hall of Fame badges. I think he was only missing like 2 Hoffs. I want to say that Dark Matter Kevin Garnett was not only good for his time, but to me he had a lot of longevity for me. I really did like that card, and that card came through for me. He was really tough on defense and very solid on offense. Did he have the quickest release? His release wasn't the fastest, but was it easy to time? I found it very easy to time, and he was more than usable for me. I want to say I borderline loved Dark Matter Kevin Garnett. I ran him for a very long time. He was a part of like my God Squad. He was definitely a part of my Dark Matter God Squad for sure. I was running Dark Matter Kevin Garnett off the bench for 100 Tim Duncan. That card came through for me. He got me a lot of he definitely helped me get a lot of showdown wins. And you also got to remember that at this stage of the game, all of the cards are pretty juiced up. All of the cards are really good. The Dark Matters are really good at this stage of the game. The 100s are very good. The Invincibles and the Goats are elite. It's all about preference and if the card fits your playing style. That's what it comes down to. Oh my gosh, guys. I want to say I'm about to call it a night because like even my hands, my fingers are starting to like stiffen up from holding the controller in my hands like so damn long. It's like my fingers are starting to stiffen as if I have arthritis or something. And I think this is all I've got left to break down is all of these pink diamonds and then I'll be done. Part of me wants to get it done right now, and I'm gonna continue trying to like keep pushing myself, but I'm pretty tired. I've been like grinding this game since like 12 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. Like I said, I'm about to crash out pretty soon.
What's the squad looking like?
Jackson, the 2 best cards in my lineup is I got GOAT Michael Jordan and I also have Yao Ming, 100 overall Yao Ming at the center position. Besides that, there's a few 100s that I have here and there that are pretty good and a few Dark Matters that are pretty good, but my team isn't anything special right now. I'm still trying to build my team. I have about 7 million MT and I'm gonna continue stacking my team up with invincible cards or gold cards or even some 100s that I like. But right now my team isn't anything too special. But the funny thing is even though there's a bunch of dark matters and a bunch of 100s on my team, they're cards that I really like and cards that I'm doing really well with. They're cards that I'm winning with. I'm still running Dark Matter Akeem Olajuwon, Dark Matter David Robinson, Dark Matter Giannis. I'm running a 100 Clyde Drexler, and I'm kicking ass in Showdown. I'm constantly winning in Showdown with my lineup. I'm constantly getting 60 to 80 wins every season. So I always tell people, if you're winning with your team and you're having fun with your team, most importantly, there's no reason to make any improvements or upgrades if you're winning with that with your lineup. And right now, I'm fucking kicking ass with my lineup. 100 Yao Ming was like a dream come true to me for me. That card, I can't even explain the difference, the game changer that card was for my team. It made winning in Showdown like so much easier. And that's why I always tell people, go get the card that you really like. Go get the card that you feel comfortable playing with. Go get the card that you have a lot of fun playing with. And trust me when I say that that's going to be the game changer for your team, for your lineup, and the way you play the game and the effort you put into winning in the game. So go get that card that's going to be the game changer for your team. I always tell people, save up your MT and try to get them out of the auction house. There's not much time left in this game. You got to enjoy it while it's still around. 2K26 is right around the corner, and pretty soon we're going to have to say goodbye to these Invincibles, goodbye to these gold cards, and goodbye to these 100s and start all over again. And that's going to suck. All right, Jay, I'll be on. I'll stream for like 3 more minutes. Let me know what you got. For sure, I'll stick around, Jay. But I am ready to pass out. I'm gonna eat something and then just crash out for the night. Like I am dead tired. You would think opening up a 51 pack box is a lot of fun, and it is when you're opening that box up. And like I said earlier today, I did open up 12 boxes, and it was a ton of fun to open up 12 boxes in a row. But afterwards, it's so much time and effort and so much work to deal with the stuff that's now in your collection that you have to like either break down or you have to put into the auction house and sell. And listing players into the auction house, breaking down event cards, doing the MT method. That's the ugly part of this game. That's the fucking really boring ass parts of this game. And they need to remove like that aspect of the game next year. There has to be a quicker way to list players into the auction house. There has to be a better MT method. It can't be this repetitive and this boring next year. This is just like way too much for like your average casual fan. If you're not used to grinding out the game for like 4 to 5 hours a day, this is like a bit much, a bit overwhelming. I grind the game out from anywhere from like 4 to 8 hours a day. So I'm used to it. But for like your average fan or your casual fan that is maybe only playing this game for like 2 hours a day, they don't have time for this shit. This is fucking ridiculous. It's fucking torture. And if I didn't have you guys, to hang out with, I wouldn't be able to do this shit by myself. I would be here passing out in front of the TV doing this boring ass shit by myself. So I'd rather just hang out with you guys and talk about 2K all day. Guys, who do you think we're going to get for level 40? I think level 40 for next season is going to be GOAT Akeem Olajuwon. You heard it here first. Level 40 for season 8 is going to be GOAT Akeem Olajuwon. Anytime they drop a David Robinson, Akeem Olajuwon is always around the corner. They always they kind of always pair those two up. Those two always kind of like accompany each other. When you see them dropping a D-Rob, that means Akeem is coming. If they're dropping Akeem, that means D-Rob is coming. But I have no clue who they're gonna drop for the next GOAT card coming this Friday and shit. I really have no clue who that's gonna be. I can't wait to see who it's gonna be though. But if I had anything left to do in this game, I would be doing it. But I have all the challenges completed, every single challenge completed. Nothing left for me to do. And the only thing left for me to do is grind to 2,500 points in salary cap. Besides that, the only thing I got left to do is to stack up some MT. Stack your bread up. Stack your money.
I got Anthony Davis easy badges.
Jay, I don't know about that, Jay. I would say give him a chance. Anthony Davis was a card that I would have been happy to have pulled Anthony Davis. It's a card that I would run. It's a card that I would even maybe consider buying out of the auction house if I needed a power forward. I would easily run if you got Tim Duncan in your lineup and if you're using him, I sometimes I start Tim Duncan. I would easily run Anthony Davis off my bench as my power forward too, coming off my bench. And I think that's a card that gets shitted on for no reason. I know a lot of people swear by what Ty Debo says, and I know Ty Debo didn't like. He wasn't a big fan of the 100 overall Anthony Davis. But to me, I think the 100 Anthony Davis, I think he runs. I think he's a good enough card to come off your bench or out of your reserves. I wouldn't start him over Tim Duncan because Tim Duncan does have a faster release. But he might be a little bit small to be a starting power forward, but he's definitely big enough to play your power forward coming off the bench. And I want to say that his release is fast enough for that too, to be the power forward coming off your bench. So I don't think Anthony Davis is a huge L. I would say give him a chance to see if you like him. Okay. C's got a really good question. Is it better to break down and sell diamond event cards? Or is it better to sell shoes and takeovers and break them down and completely sell them? See, this is going to be the best thing for you to do, and this is what I do. There's two MT methods you can do. You could break your cards down all the way to diamond event cards. Then you could flood your diamond event cards, and then you could just quick sell all of your diamond event cards. That means each gold card has a value of 150,000 MT only. So if you break down a gold card all the way to its lowest form, which is the diamonds, and then you sell every single diamond card, you're gonna make 150,000 per diamond card. That's one way of doing it, but you're gonna make the least amount of MT. The second way of doing it is breaking down your cards to pink diamonds and trading them in for badges and listing those into the auction house. That's a really good way of doing it. If you were to get a gold badge out of every single pack, if a really good gold badge came out of every single pack, I would say that's worth it. The method I like to do is the sneaker and the takeover boost because satellite and chef, those two takeover boost alone, they're worth about 8 to 10,000 MT each, and you get a lot of those as you're ripping those packs. And also, most of the takeovers, they're worth about anywhere from like 250 MT to about 2 to 3,000 MT. And in this pack, you're going to get sneakers and takeover boost. And most of the sneakers are worth about 1,000 to 2,000 MT. So in this pack, they give you two things to sell that are possibly going to be both worth 2,000 MT each, if not more. So I always go with the sneaker and takeover method. That's what I do. And that's what I recommend because you get to sell two things out of one pack. Oh my gosh, Sin, let me tell you, I don't know if you heard, but Paradox, he opened up a 51 pack box and my boy Paradox pulled Rick Smith out of the box, and then his topper was Yao Ming. So he got a 7'7" center as his starter now, and a 7-foot center coming off the bench as his backup. In one box, he was able to get Yao and Rick. It was probably one of the best boxes of the year. But that was Paradox. That wasn't me. Out of my box, I did get some really, really good pulls though. And if you guys didn't see the stream from earlier today, I highly recommend going and check out that stream. I did get a super juiced up box, and I did get some really, really good pulls out of my 100 box. Let's just say I got so many good pulls out of that 51 pack box. I was able to make about 2 million MT off of it. And I got a ton of good event cards, and I got a ton of good players out of it. It was definitely worth it. Oh, it was just a regular pack? Okay, my bad, Paradox. My bad. My bad. It is 6:40, and I have been streaming forever, Paradox. Sorry that I didn't remember all the details. Paradox is like, let's get the story right. No, Sin, I don't have Goat Robinson, but the way Goat Robinson is crashing down in price, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have Goat Robinson pretty soon because he has gone down in value big time. Goat D-Rob has not maintained his value. At one point when he first came out, he was 10 mil, and then he dropped down to 6 mil, and then he fell down to 4, and now David Robinson is like at 2 or 3 mil. So I'm just going to wait and see if he goes down to like the low 2 million. When he goes down to the low 2 mils is when I'll pick him up. Believe me, for 2 million MT, ain't nothing going to stop me from adding another GOAT card onto my team for 2 mil. Especially a player that I love like David Robinson. I got 8 GOATs. And I'm debating even if I should go for Invincible Paul Pierce or Jayon. I'm gonna address that real quick, JR. Let me see. Because I really liked the Dark Matter J.R. Smith. People gotta remember that J.R. Smith is a 6'6" point guard, and this year in this game, we don't have like any point guard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's. We don't have a point guard Wemby in this game this year. We don't have point guard Yao Ming or point guard Giannis. So if you have a point guard that's like 6'6" or taller, you got a pretty big point guard. And I think J.R. Smith is a pretty big point guard, and he's a really fun card to play with. And I thought his Dark Matter card was really good. Whether or not he's better than Paul Pierce, I'm not sure. But for some reason, I'm leaning more towards going with Paul Pierce because Paul Pierce is a taller player in general. And I think he could play the shooting guard I'm not sure if I'm correct about that. But if you could run Paul Pierce at the shooting guard, I would say go with Paul Pierce because he is the bigger player with the bigger player build. He's a much bigger player than J.R. Smith. So for that reason alone, I would go with Paul Pierce. But if you're looking for a really fun point guard, that's a pretty big point guard. J.R. Smith is a pretty big point guard, and he's a lot of fun. He's a ton of fun to play with. I mean, that J.R. Smith card can bounce out of a fucking gym. He's got those kind of ups. And usually they usually juice up that J.R. Smith release. And last year, J.R. Smith was a really, really good card that everyone wanted. This year, I want to say that nobody was talking about the J.R. Smith card that much this year, even though in previous years that card is usually on the same level as a Michael Beasley. This year, the J.R. Smith card was kind of quiet. It wasn't that loud. I'm just checking if I have any satellite or chef because those are the only two worth putting into the auction house. If you don't have any space in your auction house or your collection, you could just quick sell the rest of this stuff.
He's a fun card to dunk with. How Manu MT for 1 takeover plus shoe?
Okay, Sin, so I'll give you a quick example. Let's say if you open up like right now in my collection, I have 20 satellites and I have 20 chefs. A satellite takeover goes for about 8 to 10,000, and a chef's takeover goes for 8 to 10,000. So if you were to get those two takeovers, like I said, they're worth about 8 to 10,000 each. And a pair of sneakers inside the auction house goes for about 2,000 MT, like a really good pair of Jordans or a really good pair of Nikes. They usually sell for like 1,000 to 2,000 MT, maybe even a little bit more sometimes. So depending on what sneakers and what takeover boost you get, really determines on how much MT you can make off of that pack. But the diamond shoe alone, you can quick sell that by itself for 300 MT. Okay, guys. I think I'm gonna call it a day and call it a wraps because I'm fucking done. I'm completely like spent. I'm so tired. Um, Doing this shit for so many fucking hours turns you into a fucking zombie. And like I said, this is not for the faint of heart. It's a lot of work and it's pretty grueling. So I'm gonna call it a night, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that hung out with me: Sin, Harden, C, Paradox, Jay, Matthew, Isaac, Robert, Glenn, Corey, and Drew. Anyone that hung out with me and showed me some love and some support, and just kept me company while I did this boring ass shit. Because like I said, this stream, this chat is nothing without you guys, and without you guys, I wouldn't be able to make it through doing some of this boring shit. It's real easy to make it through the pack openings and rip packs together, but I really do appreciate you guys when you're even hanging out with me and walking out with me, even when I'm doing something boring like the MC method. And I just really enjoy it and I appreciate your company. So peace out 2K community. I do it for the 2K culture. Actually, I do it for my 2K fam. Stay savage, never average. I appreciate you guys. Peace and love. Appreciate you, fam.